Well, it's a fine evening in Helsinki. Last night was absolutely terrible with wind and rain, almost horizontal rain on occasions, but thankfully tonight it's dry, conditions absolutely perfect. There is a bit of a blustery breeze, but nothing that will really unduly affect either team this evening. It's a big game, Kenny Cunningham. All games at international level are big, but this one feels big for Ireland given the context of the way the group has started.
Yeah, you're right, Adrian. Yeah, we're looking for positives. We're kind of clutching. We know that, but I think realistically there's an opportunity for us here to get our first win off the Nations League campaign and inject a bit of much needed confidence into this Irish team. Very interesting team selection, more so in personnel. Looks like the shape of the team is going to be the same, but real opportunities for a number of players. Jason Knight in central midfield, Sammy Smolix again to forge a partnership with Evan Ferguson high up the pitch, and young Finn Azaz as well, getting an opportunity off the flank. So yeah, big night for a lot of these players on an individual basis.
And just to run through the Irish team as selected by Heimer Hallgrimsson: it's Caoimhín Keller in goal, O'Shea, Collins and Scales, Ogbene and Brady possibly in the wing-back roles. Sammy Smodic, of course, will be very advanced for the Republic of Ireland. Josh Cullen returns after injury. He missed the games last month against Greece and before that against England. Jason Knight also involved, Finn Azaz, and good to see Evan Ferguson returning, his first start since last November.
Yeah, it's important he gets game time, Adrian. He's not getting a huge amount of that club level, but you know, why not? We can help him. We can help him tonight by getting minutes under his belt. I'm glad he started. We're not bringing him on for the last 20 minutes. I don't think that helps get him on the pitch for a good hour, at least 70 minutes this evening. Get that match sharpness back that we can benefit from going forward over the next couple of weeks.
And the inclusion of Finn Azaz, Kenny, did you see that one coming?
Well, he's a talented boy, technically a very good player. You have to have a kind of balance in the team. We have that kind of grit in centre midfield. Josh Cullen, Jason Knight, you'd say maybe more functional players, and that's no disrespect, but Finn Azaz, different type of operator, technically very good ball playing, carrying player. So yeah, good opportunity for him this evening.
And just to run through the Finnish team, not too many familiar names, but in goal their captain is Lukas Radetzky, of course, of Bayer Leverkusen, who has skippered his club to the Bundesliga title memorably last season under Xavi Alonso. And then a back four of Stahl, Hoskinen, Ivanov and Galvez, Valta, Schuller and Kamara, ex-sub Rangers, won a league title with Rangers just a couple of years ago, and Laud and Keskinen in the wide positions, and Pojan Palo is the big burly striker, the central striker for Finland tonight. The match referee sounds the whistle and away we go. Our match referee is from North Macedonia, Alexander Stavrev. Ireland all in green this evening, and the Finns primarily all in white with some blue trimmings. Their numbers are in blue. Pojan Palo immediately trying to hook the ball on. It breaks in the centre of midfield for the Republic of Ireland, and they're really trying to make a very bright start here, the Irish, as they work it forward now. Finn Azaza to Chidoze Ogbene, Ireland's right hand side, halfway inside the Finnish half. As we mentioned, the conditions are pretty okay for this game of football. 24 hours ago, well, perhaps the game might have been in doubt. Such was the level of the breeze and the rain that was driving right across Helsinki. Here's Liam Scales, who gets a starting position for Ireland tonight, to the captain, Nathan Collins, who was talking in the build-up to the game about what it meant to him to wear the captain's armband. Of course, he took over the armband from Seamus Coleman last time out, but he said it was a tearful moment for many of his family, as Ireland have lost possession. Liam Scales just struggling. Stahl in an attacking position, laid off by Pojan Palo, and Schuller trying to help it on. Finland will fancy this one. This is their first home game of the campaign after losing to England last time out, and of course before that they were well beaten by Greece. Darragh O'Shea, right of the three, sends it forward, well, right of the four. Isn't that the way it's set up at the moment, or how do you see it, Kenny?
Yeah, it is. Looks like a flat back four, all right, no doubt about that. Looks like Sammy Smolix, we spoke about him operating just in behind. Evan Ferguson, doesn't look like that's the case. He's going to play left side of a four, and Finn Azaz is probably going to get his preferred role, that kind of number 10 position. Adrian, central role just in behind Evan Ferguson.
Schuller sends it back to his goalkeeper, the very experienced Lukas Radetzky of Bayer Leverkusen. Finnish player, but born in Bratislava, but he's a proud captain. 95th cap for him this evening. And now it's with Galvez, the left back. Interesting player this, Thomas Galvez. Perhaps one to keep an eye on, just 19 years of age. He is on the books at Manchester City, was currently on loan at Lask in Austria. So he's a relative newcomer to the Finnish setup, just his 5th international cap. And he knocks the ball long, inviting the run of his colleague Topi Keskinen, who's in great form with Aberdeen at the moment. Aberdeen absolutely flying it in the Scottish Premiership, 7 wins from 7, going toe to toe with Celtic at the moment, and he's grabbed 2 goals in the campaign so far, and of course is a teammate of Jamie McGrath, who's on the Irish bench this evening. Hoskonen has possession for Finland, halfway inside his own half, plays it square net to Ivanov in a stationary position, slides it out to Galvez on the Finnish left hand side as they try to weave a way through the Irish defence. Darrow Shea tries to get a block on it. Chidozie Ogbene backtracking, and it's a promising start here from Finland as they sweep the ball out to the right hand side, and it's the right back Stahl getting forward, has support down the line from Robin Lode, the very experienced player who's now operating in the MLS with Minnesota. And again, Finland trying to play the killer pass through, but it all breaks down. Jason Knight is there for Ireland, and the out ball from Josh Cullen goes out of play on this near side. Evan Ferguson dropping deep, trying to get on the ball. No goals so far, just the 4th minute in Helsinki. Finland 0, Republic of Ireland 0, as the ball is played over the top, very calmly dealt with for the Republic of Ireland by Nathan Collins, and away by Scales up towards halfway, looking for Evan Ferguson, but it's collected there under no pressure by Ivanov.
Yes, but a decent start, Adrian, from the Finns, moving the ball very quickly. Nice little combination play. Looks decent enough, that front three of Lod operating off the right, Poyampalo down the centre, and Keskinen, like you've mentioned, off the left, and Kamara looking to get himself in contact almost a front forward at times when they have possession. Well,
here's Stahl getting forward once again. Robbie Brady has to defend, and he manages to clear right footed up towards Finn Azaz, who goes to ground on the fringe of the centre circle, picked up by Ivanov, keeping the ball well. Finland, they'll be pleased with the way they've started this game. Like Ireland, 2 defeats from 2 outings so far in the campaign. We're in the 4th minute, Finland 0, Republic of Ireland 0 in Helsinki, and the Irish fans away to our right hand side. Well, as ever, they'll make plenty of noise, but it's the Finns who've started the better of the 2 sides. They've certainly enjoyed possession so far. Right, a quick look at the possession stats tell us that it's 60-40 so far in favour of Finland, but still very much early days in Helsinki. As Radetsky outside his area just drives the ball downfield. It'll break off Poyampalo. Nathan Collins was there, and in the end it runs through to Caoimhín Kelleher, the Irish goalkeeper. Caoimhín Kelleher is set to play a big part for Liverpool over the course of the next few weeks, with Alisson out through injury, and of course he was ill at the weekend and missed Liverpool's Premiership game, and that made a start for Vyacheslav Jaros, the former St Patrick's Athletic goalkeeper. Well, he came on of course to replace Alisson, but Kelleher wasn't available because of illness. Evan Ferguson battling to try and get control of the ball, but in the end it just goes behind, and it'll be a goal kick to Finland, seen out by Hoskonen.
Yeah, that first touch from Evan, Adrian, just got away from there, allowed the Finnish defender just to put his body across and let the ball go behind for a goal kick. Small detail, I know, but there's been a couple of instances already. We've won back possession, just been a little bit sloppy with our first and second pass and giving it back to the Finns. Just haven't found any rhythm to our play. I know it's early in the game, no real sustained pressure as of yet, but it's been a decent start from the Finns in terms of the tempo of their play, looking to get the ball from back to front as quickly as possible.
The Olympic Stadium in Helsinki, a ground that can hold around about 37,000, upwards of 45,000 for concerts, and of course a major venue historically in Finland. Staged the 1952 Olympics in terms of the track and field, and of course Eamon Coughlin memorably won the gold medal in the 5,000 metres at the World Championship back in 1983, and Sonia O'Sullivan, a gold medalist in the Europeans not so long ago. So there has been big nights for Ireland in the past. Of course, the women's team came here a couple of years ago and emerged with an important win on the road to qualification for the World Cup finals. Let's see what the Republic of Ireland men's team can achieve here this evening. Yet to get a point on the board. It's been a pretty gloomy campaign so far, Ireland without a goal in their last 3 overall. And it's Hoskonen who heads up towards halfway for Finland, tries to move the ball into its central position, but it's loose, sent on by Josh Cullen to Finn Azaz. Ogbene was making the darting run, but it all breaks down again for Ireland.
It's not good enough. Won the ball back, Cullen straight into Azaz. He has to do better there under no pressure. Ogbene making the run, has to find them. Adrian, just a full back closed up the pass and lane, won back possession, but need to do better. Ball retention has to be better. Finn Azaz in that area of the pitch, really good chance to counter attack there, didn't take advantage of it.
Leo Volta, who plays his football in Sweden, with a short pass back to Hoskonen, and now Ivanov. And the Finns knocking the ball around the back 4 at the moment, just outside the centre circle, out to Galvez on the left, slips it down the line, inviting the run of Keskinen. but it's seen off by Darragh O'Shea, and the ball goes out of play, and it will be a throw-in for the home team. In the 8th minute at the Olympic Stadium, and still no goals. The ground may not be full, but the home fans are certainly making plenty of noise right now, and they have possession, the home team. Volta floating it out to this near side, but he played it right behind Stall, and it goes straight out of play, and it'll be a throw-in for the Republic of Ireland, just 10 metres away from the halfway line, to be taken by Robbie Brady.
Yes, Andy Smoddick's on the left hand side here, Adrian. He's got a bit of defensive responsibility. Styles made some good runs from a deep right back position. All the right wingers driving on the inside, taking Robbie Brady and narrow, opened up the space. So Smoddick just has to be aware of that. He's going to have to track that run of the finished right back.
The layoff by Robbie Brady for Jason Knight. Oh, that's a dangerous ball for Nathan Collins, who did really well to get there ahead of Keskinen. And Ireland now with Darragh O'Shea carrying it forward up towards halfway. Chidozie Ogbene just checks back and slips it into a central midfield position, picking out the run of Finn Azaz. He feeds it wide now. Ireland halfway inside the Finnish half, right hand side, sent back towards Josh Cullen under pressure from Glenn Kamara, a league winner with Rangers back in 2021. Nathan Collins sends it square now for Scales, and Scales out to Ireland's left hand side for Robbie Brady. Brady faced by Robin Ludd, sends it back to Scales. Liam Scales on now for Nathan Collins, and Collins now has Darragh O'Shea nearby. Ireland just being pressed back here. Glenn Kamara closing up now on Kelleher, and it's out to Liam Scales on this near side, and eventually he's forced to send it long. Good ball though from Scales to pick out Smoddick, and now it's off to Finn Azaz, out to Chidozie Ogbene, Ireland's right hand side. Green shirts getting forward here. Evan Ferguson arriving inside the area. Finn Azaz with the cross right across the penalty area, repelled by Finland. Teed up now for Ogbene on the edge of the area, sent back to Jason Knight, and Ireland unable to retain possession, but the Finns have given it away. Picked up by Jason Knight about 35 metres out from goal, out to Robbie Brady, Ireland's left hand side, and Brady attempting to deliver the cross, blocked away, and it'll be a throw in for the Republic of Ireland. Decent little spell this for the team in green.
Oh, best passage of play, Adrian. Great combination play. Finn Azaz, Chidozie Ogbene down the right hand side. A clever little ball from Azaz off his right foot into the danger area. Ball was cleared, but we kept them penned in. We've kept possession, forced period to sustain pressure in the game.
Nathan Collins inside the centre circle, lifts the ball over the top, inviting the run of Robbie Brady, but well dealt with defensively by the Finns. And now Schuller will see it back to his goalkeeper, Lukas Radetzky, and the goalkeeper left-footed with a very astute pass to pick out Stahl on this near side. Adam Stahl of Djurgården in Sweden moves it now to Leo Volta right on halfway. Ireland just backpedaling at the moment, and the Finns arguably have been the better side so far, but no goals. Stahl receives now. Ludd continues his run. Glenn Kamara just about 35 metres out from goal, right hand side of the pitch, as the Finns knock the ball around. Stahl will send it back now to Hoskinen. Ivanov to his left hand side inside the centre circle, and Ivanov will send it on for Galvez out on the left hand side. He's got Keskinen down the line, but rolls it back once again, and the Finns now just dictating the tempo of the game. Ball fired out to that left hand side. Chidozie Ogbene backtracking, and Ireland quite content to maintain their shape. And Finland have possession with Rasmus Schuller back to Ivanov. Hoskinen to his right hand side, but instead he opts to go back to Schuller. Ball sent out to the left hand side, defending for Darragh O'Shea to do as the cross comes in. Eventually it's stabbed behind, and Finland get the first corner of the night. Nathan Collins in the way to prevent that cross coming in from Keskinen.
Yeah, it was patient build-up play there from Finland. Eventually got Keskinen 1v1. It was a good start to the game. Adrian, the left winger, drove past Darragh O'Shea on the outside. It's not easy. Good recovery speed. Darragh O'Shea put a ball into the near post, give away the corner. Nathan Collins a little bit surprised. Thought he could have maybe put that out for a throw, and instead just didn't quite make the connection he wanted. Kind of spewed off his foot for a corner kick. So a bit of pressure for the Irish rearguard. So
Volta to take it, has support available from Keskinen. He decides to take that option. Keskinen rolls it out to Galvez, Finland's left hand side. Ireland defending. They didn't decide to pop the ball into the area, they've recycled it. It's Rasmus Schuller to float it towards the back stick. Hoskinen on the edge of the area manages to guide his header, and it's Ludd on the turn. Superb block by Nathan Collins. Ireland scrambling to get it away, and Chidozie Ogbene now in the left back position under pressure from Hoskinen manages to execute the clearance up towards halfway. Picked up now by Glenn Kamara, and Kamara, who's playing for Stade Rennes in Ligue 1 these days after his stint with Rangers. Also of course Had a spell, Glenn Kamara, with Arsenal way back in the day and Leeds United as well, without really making any real impact at either of those two clubs. Galvez now getting forward down the left hand side. Keskinen on the outside, he's still driving through. Galvez trying to deliver the cross. Eventually it's cleared away by Liam Scales under pressure, but that was a good surging run, and again the Finns looking threatening.
Yeah, left back, really good technical player, great close control there, just dropping his shoulder, driving into the Irish penalty box. Actually through the legs of Nathan Collins into a very dangerous area, just 8 yards out, central area. Liam Scales in a good position, gives away the throw. Is there a throw in? Adrian, think it is, yeah. But they're the left hand side of Finland. Galvez in that left back position. Keskinen, we've mentioned already, playing 15 yards in front of him. Some good combination between them two. They look dangerous.
Yeah, Galvez started the match against Greece but didn't figure it all at Wembley against England last month in that 2-0 loss for the Finns. As the ball is played up towards Robbie Brady, Ludd picks it up, Poyanpalo on the turn, and it's teed up. Perhaps an opportunity for the shot, but it never accrued from Keskinen. But it's still there for the Finns inside the Irish penalty area at the moment. Kamara sends it back out, and the driven shot, well, that required saving, and Queeving Keller dealt with it. The ball was tipping awkwardly, and the shot coming in from Leo Volta.
Yeah, it was an awkward one, wasn't it, Adrian? Just kind of dipped in front of Queeving. Got to keep your eye on that. Real good concentration levels. It's exactly what we got from the Irish keeper. It was needed. Just came as a result of a cross into the box there. It was a weak header from Robbie Brady out to the edge of the box. Finland picked up the second ball and committed players into the box. Eventually the shot arrived from Volta. Like I said, more decent play from the Finns. Look very comfortable. Look comfortable in their shape.
Here's Sammy Smodic as Robbie Brady continues his run. Ireland have been under a bit of pressure. Now can they man pressure on the Finnish rear guard? The ball breaks inside the area and it'll run through Jason Knight about 35 metres out from goal. Eventually the ball goes out of play on the far side, and it will be a throw-in in favour of the Republic of Ireland down near that corner flag, pretty far away from our commentary position at the moment, which is way down to one end of the pitch as we watch on from behind the glass here in Helsinki. Heimer Hallgrimsson cutting a bit of a frustrated figure on the Irish touchline at the moment, but Ireland have this throw and Darragh O'Shea to take on the far side, and it looks like he's going to go for the long throw here on a blustery evening in Helsinki. What can Ireland make of this opportunity? In the 15th minute, and it's slung in, Nathan Collins trying to get something on it, and eventually the ball is half cleared, but the Finns can carry it forward now. Glenn Kamara, well, he did really well just to lay it off for Robin Ludd, but picked up by Smodics, and now Robbie Brady sending it back to Josh Cullen, and Cullen all the way back to Queeving Keller, who's a long way outside his penalty area. Off to Nathan Collins just inside the Irish half, and now he picks out Jason Knight, and the man from Cabinteely drives Ireland forward down the left hand side. Robbie Brady from Baldoyle in North County Dublin on Ireland's left hand side, back to Jason Knight, and Knight has Liam Scales, and Scales plays it square now for Nathan Collins inside the centre circle, and Ireland enjoying a spell of possession here in Helsinki. And Finland have been the better side so far, you'd have to say. Robbie Brady halfway inside the Finnish half, back to Jason Knight, and Knight now plays it forward. Ireland trying to just string some passes together and just build their way into the contest. Jason Knight sends it off to Finn Azaz. Ireland now just working the ball across the centre circle, back with Finn Azaz of Middlesbrough, and Finn Azaz trying to pick a hole and find a way through for Ireland. Chidozie Ogbene with a give and go with Josh Cullen. Ogbene continues his run, but well covered off by Galvez. And Keskinen back defending for Finland, deep inside his own half, fires it forward towards Poyanpalo, and it was fairly travelling when Poyanpalo tried to bring it under control, and it goes out of play on the far side, throw in for Ireland.
Yeah, decent period possession, Adrian. We're not really hurting the Finns. I don't quite understand. We get the ball in the full back positions. Robbie Brady in the opposition half, Darragh O'Shea. I'm looking at Evan Ferguson's position. He's heading in the opposite direction. He's heading off the shoulder into the centre half. I'd like to see him come across the pitch and offer himself up for a pass.
Oh, and a mistake here. Opportunity for Poyanpalo, and he fires it into the back of the net, and Finland make the breakthrough. Oh my, a catastrophe for the Republic of Ireland in the 17th minute. Well, Finland have been the better side so far, and Ireland have been punished in no uncertain terms. Breakthrough for Finland. They lead 1-0. Joel Poyanpalo with the goal.
I'm going to have to watch the replay on this, Adrian. It happened that quickly, caught us all by surprise. Clearly a mistake. Nathan Collins has held his hand up. I think it was just a heavy touch. That was my initial reaction when the ball was played back to him. Liam Scales is in possession, like I was saying, not really hurting him in possession of the football. This is always the danger. Actually tries to play it back to Queeving Keller. Not exactly sure. He totally underhits it, Adrian, doesn't he? Only moves the ball about 5 yards. It's a strange one that from Nathan. Just concentration really, but give Poyampalo credit. One big touch, steadies himself and drives it inside that near post. But that's a big mistake at this level from the Irish captain.
Well, he took it really well. Joel Poyampalo starved of goals at international level of late. Just one goal in his previous 12, but he's put pay to that by firing Finland into the lead. That slack back pass from Nathan Collins, seized upon by Joel Poyampalo, and he advanced inside the area and slid the ball beyond the reach of Caoimhín Kelleher, and Finland lead by 1-0, and they have their first goal of this group campaign, and they lead the Republic of Ireland by 1-0. And there was a certain amount of confidence about Heimir Hallgrímsson in the build up to this game. He would have targeted this and seen it as a match to perhaps win, and certainly at the very least get a draw. But Ireland with plenty of time to turn it around, but that's such a sloppy goal to concede.
Yeah, no, you can't legislate for that, Adrian. But I go back to my original point about Ireland. We had a decent period of possession there, but we're struggling to get into the final third of the pitch. Really troubled the Finns. I think that's a part of it. Evan Ferguson has to get himself across the pitch and get himself involved. Finn Azaz is dropping in deep into the pockets. He's an option, but as a full-back, if I'm 10 yards inside the opposition half and I'm looking up the pitch, I want to see me centre forward come across the pitch and offer himself up to receive the ball into his feet so he can build and play from there. At the moment, Evan Ferguson is heading in the opposite direction, away from the man in possession. I think he needs to do the opposite.
Josh Cullen sending it forward for Ireland, and the boys in green respond fairly quickly. It's Chidozie Ogbene, wide right position. Finland funneling a lot of bodies behind the ball at the moment. I just wonder if Finland will settle into a groove now, having made the breakthrough. They do like to play on the counter-attack at times. Chidozie Ogbene, right hand side, sends it back to Nathan Collins, the Irish skipper tonight, but he'll be ashen-faced after that mistake. Sent on now by Jason Knight to Robbie Brady, under pressure from Stahl, forced to send it back to Caoimhín Kelleher, who's about 35 metres outside his goal. Off to Nathan Collins, halfway inside his own half, faced by the goal scorer Poyampalo. And now Liam Scales just plays a 15-metre pass forward now to Josh Cullen. Off to Nathan Collins, Ireland's right hand side, with Darragh O'Shea available, and O'Shea takes a touch and then just prods the ball on for Chidozie Ogbene. Ogbene goes raiding down that right hand side, and Galway's in trouble, and Ogbene's been fouled, and it's going to be a free kick for the Republic of Ireland. And the referee, Alexander Stavre from North Macedonia, goes across, but he's not going to take any further action against Galvez for that challenge.
He's done great there, Chidozie Ogbene. He received the ball 10 yards inside the opposition half and just drove with his man. It was a 2v1 situation against the two Finnish players, but he backed himself probably just as well, because he hadn't got really anything on his inside as well, maybe looking for a little wall pass, a 1-2. There was nobody there, so took it upon himself. Big touch around the Finnish fullback. We can't live with him, Adrian, for pace. Galvez, lovely football, we've seen that already, but Ogbene has the beating of him 1v1 situations with that pace, in a really good position now for Ireland.
Yep, it's about 5 metres in from the sideline, far side of the pitch, about 20 metres from the corner flag, and in line with the edge of the area. So this one will be swung in. Finn Azaz and Robbie Brady there for the Republic of Ireland, 2 over it. You'd fancy Robbie Brady might have a go at swinging this one in left-footed, and plenty in green awaiting the delivery here from Robbie Brady. It's quite deep, and it ricochets off the post, and has it found the back of the net? No is the answer. Well, it had gone behind. And the Irish fans away to our right hand side were celebrating. I was ready to celebrate there, Kenny, but not to be.
Yeah, must have been, my initial reaction was it had just gone behind. It was a decent delivery. I'm not sure Robbie intended to hit maybe that deeply, but at least we had somebody attacking that back post early. It was Nathan Collins. It's very close. Yeah, even from this angle I think it was just beyond the goal line. Give credit to Evan Ferguson though, he's on the move, anticipating the ball being headed back across the 6-yard box and finishes it. I'm guessing, are we going to VAR, Adrian? You know better than me this evening.
Yeah, we do have VAR. And the VAR referee is Mario Zebec from Croatia. So Evan Ferguson was on hand to slam the ball high into the roof of the net. So they're going to check, obviously. So VAR in operation, but the check is over. So the goal will not stand. It remains Finland 1, Republic of Ireland 0.
Yeah, but I like the fact there, at least we're a bit more direct. Chidozie Ogbene getting the ball, not looking to come backwards and play sideways or a backwards pass, Adrian. Opening his body up, taking a big step forward. That's what I'd like to see, just a little bit more positive from Ireland when we're in possession of the football. You know, passing it sideways and backwards, completing 10, 12, 14 passes in your own half means absolutely nothing. You know, we need to get through the thirds a bit quicker, get the ball up front a little bit earlier and play from there.
Liam Scales in possession, halfway inside his own half, slides it forward. Robbie Brady in possession now. Smodic takes the ball neatly, controlled it nicely. Evan Ferguson off in chase. Koskinen was there to cut out the danger for Finland. He had an excellent game last month against England at Wembley. He was a real rock at the back alongside Ivanov. They kept England at bay during the course of the first half, eventually undone though by 2 Harry Kane goals on his big night as he clocked up 100 caps for England. But Ireland have been better in the last few minutes here. They got themselves a throw-in away to our left-hand side to be taken by Robbie Brady, and plenty in green inside the area awaiting the delivery from the left back for Ireland. And Brady, though, goes short. Smodics sends it back now to Robbie Brady. Brady all the way back out to Jason Knight, right-footed from deep inside his own half, sends it forward, and Liam Scales was almost getting on the end of it, but it drifts behind for a goal kick to Lukas Radetzky and Finland. So halfway through the first half, 1 goal the difference. The goal scored by Joel Poyanpalo of Venezia, bottom of Serie A in Italy, but he seized on the mistake made by Nathan Collins and slipped the ball into the net. Very calm finish, you'd have to say, to give Finland the lead in Helsinki. He has been in good goal scoring form at club level despite the woes of Venezia. He's got 2 goals so far this season despite their struggles. Here's Liam Scales of Celtic on to Jason Knight. And Jason Knight moves the ball across the field to Collins. Thought about going long for a second, but instead just rolls a short one to Darragh O'Shea. And Darragh O'Shea with the angled crossfield ball. A little tangle there involving Evan Ferguson and Stahl, the right back. Robbie Brady in a very advanced position now for Ireland, halfway inside the Finnish half. Left hand side, rolls it back now for Knight. Has Liam Scales available. Glenn Kamara smartly out to close down Liam Scales. There's an old Rangers versus Celtic moment. Jason Knight offloads it now to Josh Cullen. Now Nathan Collins inside the centre circle. On for Darragh O'Shea. As ever, Chidozie Ogbeni is willing to get on the ball out on Ireland's right hand side. Josh Cullen might have got turned. He will now as he gets a return pass, and Cullen sending it on now for Chidozie Ogbeni. Ireland's right hand side trying to work his way through, but one back by Leo Volta for Finland, and he'll carry it downfield, lays it off to Glenn Kamara, who's very stylish in possession, the midfielder for Finland. And now Ivanov eases the ball out to the right hand side, picked up by Stahl, and Stahl sending it back now to the centre half. That is Artur Huskinen of Cracovia in Poland. That's where he plays his club football. Very talented player, certainly on the evidence of his display against England, very assured and commanding. Ireland have managed to wrestle control of the ball back, and now it's with Liam Scales inside the Finnish half. Robbie Brady, and Brady inside the centre circle, back to Scales once again.
Yeah, we're all narrowed up, Adrian, down that left hand side. Sammy Smodics is 30 yards off the flank. So when Liam Scales opened his body and looked to play the ball wide, there was nobody there, unfortunately. He had to come back on the inside. Don't mind Sammy Smodics ending up in those central areas, but start from a wide position to begin with. Please kind of stress the opposition players across the pitch, open up the spaces on the inside. When you start in there already, enables the opposition team to really kind of narrow up, makes it really easy, really difficult to play through them then. So just a little bit more width at times. I know Sammy Smodics isn't a natural left winger, but at times he's going to have to stand out there and just stretch the opposition team across the pitch.
Oh, clever from Smodics to allow the ball to run for Evan Ferguson. Lays it off now to Darragh O'Shea. Now Jason Knight, halfway inside the Finnish half, out to Chidozie Ogbeni, the Cork man now. Has support from Finn Azaz. The return pass, though, is not the required quality, and it all breaks down for Ireland. And it's Finland trying to break swiftly, but snuffed out there by Nathan Collins, who sees it all the way back to Caoimhin Kelleher, who immediately sets Ireland on the front foot once again. Off to Liam Scales. And now Jason Knight, who's certainly getting on the ball a lot for Ireland, slips it forward now for Sammy Smodics. And Smodics on halfway just slows things down. Has Cullen available, so a short pass to Josh Cullen. Off now to Jason Knight, and now Robbie Brady, Ireland's left hand side. And Brady, under real pressure from Robin Lode, manages to work it off. And now it's played forward by Josh Cullen. He was really trying to dissect that Finnish defence, but unable to do so, and Finland clear their lines, but Ireland have possession back once again. And at the moment Finland just settling in, and Ireland having a lot of the ball.
Having a lot of the ball, but not really hurting. Finland, they're sitting in, but they're very comfortable in their kind of defensive structure. Josh Cullen there, a little bit of frustration trying to, I think, with a diagonal pass, but kind of got it all wrong. Just got to show a little bit more patience, but not too much patience, Adrian. You know, when the opportunity presents itself to look forward and play forward, do it. They're keeping a reasonably high line. The Finnish defence throw a few balls down the sides. Evan Ferguson's a decent runner. You've got to offer that one as well. Can't be too predictable. Looking to plant the feet all the time either.
Schuller with a raised boot, and that means a free kick to the Republic of Ireland just on halfway. The Finns managed by Markku Kanerva, who took over as boss of the national team in 2016, led the country to the European Championships a few years ago. As a player, he enjoyed league and cup success with the big club really in Finland, HJK Helsinki. HJK currently second in the Finnish league behind Kups, who are setting the pace. Evan Ferguson trying to set the pace for Ireland, trying to wriggle his way inside the Finnish area. In the end, though, Finland cleared their lines. Some solid defending by Leo Volta, who got back. 28th minute, Finland 1, Ireland 0.
Yeah, Walter's the one, and Schuller, Adrian, they're just going to sit in that midfield area. Kamara's the one who's going to break him forward and getting in contact with that front three, but very disciplined, those two defensive midfielders in behind.
Robbie Brady, wide left, trying to deliver the cross, and it ricochets behind, and Ireland have got themselves a corner kick. So more encouraging signs perhaps for Hamir Hallgrimsson as he watches on. Volta and co defending that situation, but certainly since conceding, Ireland trying at least to take the game to Finland. Finland 1, Ireland 0. We're in the 29th minute. It's a corner kick to be taken by Finn Azaz on Ireland's left hand side. So they've loaded up the box, Ireland, with some of the big lads. Nathan Collins is there, so too is Darragh O'Shea. Let's see if Ireland can produce an equalising goal from this set piece. And instead they go short to Josh Cullen, back to Azaz, out to the edge of the area, and the driven shot is blocked away. Still there for Josh Cullen, and Glenn Kamara just prods it forward, and Nathan Collins sends it back, and Ireland in turn sending it all the way back to Caoimhín Kelleher.
Yeah, enjoyed that, Adrian. Bit of creativity on the corner, working the short corner, drawing the Finnish players over towards him. That release space of the edge of the 18-yard backs for Robbie Brady for the cutback. Made decent connection, didn't really quite commit to it though, and eventually the shot was blocked, but good to see Ireland just kind of mixing it up a little bit, the corners.
Well, Finland with possession, sent back to Volta, and Volta right on halfway in a standing position off to Galvez on the left hand side. Hamir Hallgrimsson has made a couple of changes. He's gone with training in the mornings as opposed to the evenings. They had their pre-match training session yesterday morning.
How early, Adrian? How early?
Around about 11 o'clock. Well, here's more trouble for Ireland possibly, as the Finns with Keskinen providing a threat inside the area. Darragh O'Shea trying to defend, back to Poyan Palo, and he prods the ball goalwards, but it's gathered by Caoimhín Kelleher. And Kelleher there was no great power in the attempt, but Poyan Palo once again trying to produce the goods for the home nation.
Yeah, just a ball over the top, wasn't he, behind Darragh O'Shea. He was caught surprised by the presence of Keskinen, who stole the ball off him, got his head up, played it back to Polipano. What a forced touch, Adrian, absolutely phenomenal. Didn't quite catch hold of the shot though. Simple save from Caoimhín, but just got to be on our toes there. Darragh O'Shea, just a hopeful ball over the top, got the better of him. Keskinen
prepared to take on Darragh O'Shea, who did really well for pace there, and just managed to get there ahead of the Finnish winger. Ireland retaining possession inside the centre circle, off to Robbie Brady on the left hand side. Sami Smodic made a run from a central position out to Ireland's left hand side. In the end, the ball is floated out of play on the far side, and it will be a throw in for Finland halfway inside their own half. But just on the decision of Hallgrimsson, is it a big deal really changing the training sessions from night time to morning? What's an ex-player's view?
Yeah, I don't know, to be honest with you. Get a bit of a feel for with the players. I think it's the mindset of the players really, what they think about. I never like to be waiting. I like to get out on the training pitch, to be honest with you, certainly on the day before the game, even in the evening. I just felt as if you get out too early, it's almost a 2-day wait around, Adrian, for the game. No right or wrong, don't get me wrong. I can even remember in the early days actually pitching out and doing a little bit of set pieces on the day of the game. 7:45 kick-off in the evening, getting out at 11 o'clock in the morning on the training pitch and doing a few set pieces. So no right or wrong, in all honesty. The manager and the coaching staff just have to get the pulse of the players on that one and make sure there's buy-in from the players. Yeah, he also likes to let the players know the day before who's playing. Here's Robin Laud, who's playing for a Finland side that are leading here by 1-0. Back to Rasmus Schuller. Hoskinen off to Volta, and Volta with even off to his left hand side. Volta likes to dictate the game, and he's doing so far pretty adeptly. Galvez back to Ivanov as the Finns retain possession. Ireland just backing off at the moment. 1-0 to Finland. If you're just joining us, you're listening to a Game On extended special here for this Nations League clash. Poyan Palo the scorer, off to the left hand side for Galvez.
Keskinen inside the area, so too Poyan Palo and Robin Lode there as well, as Galvez tries to deliver the cross, and Nathan Collins was allowed out there to get a block on it. But Finland retaining possession and set back by Ivanov all the way back towards Hoskonen.
Good example there, Adrian. Keskin off the left winger, getting the ball 10 yards outside the Irish penalty box in a wide area, comes on the inside. Poyan Palo, the centre forward, he's over there, he's presenting himself to receive the ball into his feet and play potentially a little 1-2. This is what I'm talking about, having up the other side of the pitch when our wingers, whether it's Smodics or Ogbenny on that side of the pitch, when they check on the inside and look for a little clever ball around the corner, that's where we need to see our centre forward. If Finazaz isn't over that side of the pitch, gives you an opportunity to get a foothold in the last third of the pitch, gives your centre midfielders an opportunity to go and join in off the centre forward. It's a kind of a standard bit of movement from the centre forward, but it's so important in terms of getting you in around the opposition penalty box and getting you down the sides and getting you closer to the opposition goal.
Ball has gone out of play for a throw in for Ireland on the far side, and it's sent back eventually now to Caoimhín Kelleher. Very little he could do about the opening goal, which was very coolly slotted home by Joel Poyan Palo. Liam Scales plays it out to Robbie Brady, Ireland's left hand side, back now with Josh Cullen, and Cullen up Burnley to Liam Scales. Pretty tough week last week, of course, for Liam Scales and Celtic, well beaten 7-1 by Borussia Dortmund in the Champions League. Here's Finn Azaz, Ireland's right hand side, a lovely ball to pick out now. Chidozie Ogbene on the angle of the area, trying to thread it through for Sami Smodics, and it all breaks down. Finland have possession back once again, played forward by Schuller. Schuller doing his teammate Toby Keskinen no favours whatsoever, and Darragh O'Shea sees it back to the Irish goalkeeper. Yeah,
there's that recovery speed from Darragh O'Shea. He switched on the one time Keskinen got the better of him. Adrian just kind of switched off, wasn't aware of the presence of the Finnish left winger, but when he switched on, that peripheral vision is good. Nobody's generally going to run him in those 1v1 situations.
Evan Ferguson, well outside the penalty area at the moment, sees it back now to Jason Knight. Here's Nathan Collins just inside the Finnish half. Darragh O'Shea, and O'Shea back to Nathan Collins. The Irish fans have been a little subdued, you'd have to say, so far, and the Finns in good voice at the moment with their team leading by 1-0. Their captain and inspiration, Lukas Radetzky of Bayer Leverkusen, has possession inside his own penalty area.
Yeah, just give the ball away a bit cheaply there. Liam Scales on the halfway line. I'm not convinced of our rotation again. We've got Jason Knight sprinting to get back into a left back position. He's our centre midfielder. Robbie Brady high up the pitch. Smodics is on the inside. Much rather simplify the game, just see Robbie hold an orthodox left back position so he can receive the ball simply off Liam Scales in that position and play up the pitch from there.
Volta in possession for Finland as they try to break forward here, off to Stahl on the right hand side. Just over 10 minutes to go. Volta sees it back to Hoskonen, and Hoskonen square now for Ivanov, and Ivanov looks up and plays a short pass as the Finns build patiently once again. The crossfield ball will find its way through to Stahl despite the best attempts of Sami Smodics, who just looks a little frustrated at the moment. Stahl does well to keep it in play. Volta just heads it into the air, gathered now for Ireland by Smodics, and now Finn Azaz breaking forward, but he's just lacking support at the moment. Goes to ground and he's managed to draw the free kick. Good work by Finn Azaz, because he had no support around him, and he managed to draw the foul and get Ireland a free kick in a pretty good position.
Yeah, you're right, Adrian. No support around him at all. He was kind of going down a bit of a cul-de-sac, to be honest with you. I think it was Schuller, the player, really kind of bundled into the back of him. Was poor play, because like I said, it looked as if he was going to give away possession. There was no Ireland players in support of him. Looked as if he'd kind of run out of ideas a little bit, but then they kind of felt the contact from behind and went down. Gets a free kick in a reasonably promising position. Probably could do with it being maybe 2 or 3 yards a bit closer to goal. Probably 30 plus yards, Adrian, I suspect. Not sure whether Robbie Brady would fancy this. Might be a little bit too far out for him, but we'll see.
Yeah, Robbie Brady is over the dead ball at the moment. Finn Azaz is still just sorting out his footwear after that challenge, and the Finns setting up the wall. There's 3 in the wall at the moment, and Ireland have committed a fair few bodies forward as well on the edge of the area. Darragh O'Shea and Nathan Collins on the extreme right, but it is worth a crack here from Robbie Brady, despite the fact that players are lining up on the edge of the area. The Finns setting up the wall. There's 3 in the wall at the moment. Lukas Radetzky, the Finnish number 1, organising matters in front of him. Ireland with their own wall slightly to the left of the Finnish wall as it faces the free kick taker. So Robbie Brady is there, and so too Finn Azaz. So Brady with the left, or Azaz perhaps with the right. So Robbie Brady shaping to shoot here. Radetzky in a central position on his goal line. Ireland looking for the equalising goal, and the wall did its job. It was struck pretty high by Robbie Brady, but still alive for the Republic of Ireland as Josh Cullen feeds it out to that right hand side, and the cross comes in, but nobody there in green to capitalise, and eventually the ball is cleared away, picked up by Robbie Brady. Gets the return of Sammy Smodics, and Smodics out to the left hand side. Ireland now with Darragh O'Shea. Well, that's a loose pass, and it's cleared up towards halfway. Superbly brought under control by Liam Scales. Azaz, who appears to be growing in confidence, trying to slip one through. And again, the Finnish defence doing their job. The ball goes out of play on the far side. Topi Keskinen appealing for the decision, but it goes in favour of Ireland, the throw-in.
He just needs to take care of the ball a little bit better. Finn Azaz getting us into some good positions, floating it off the front, finding little pockets of space. At times we've found them. He has used it well on occasions, otherwise not so much so. Just really has to take care of the ball for us in there. When he opens his body up and looks forward, has to complete that next pass, whether it's out to a winger or even into Evan Ferguson's feet.
It's back with Caoimhin Keller, closed down by Poyanpalo, and because of the pressure exerted by Joel Poyanpalo, Caoimhin Keller forced into the mistake, knocks the ball out of play, throw into Finland on this near side, taken quickly by Stahl. Here's Robin Ludd trying to work his way through, but Josh Cullen showing the defensive side of his game there as he got back to put in a challenge. The ball goes out of play, throw in for Finland to be taken by Stahl looking for options. Glenn Kamara dropping in, looked like Kamara's jersey was being tugged there by Jason Knight, so nothing comes out the throw-in, and it runs through to Caoimhin Keller.
Yeah, probably got away with that one. Kamara's looking at the lines, but he's probably right. Jason Knight got surprised. He just checked in behind Jason, just kind of panicked a bit, grabbed his jersey, looking to get away with that one.
Jason Knight inside his own half, back to Liam Scales. Robbie Brady trying to send it forward, it ricochets, and now it's Poyanpalo who has possession just on the edge of the Irish area. Liam Scales is trying to get a challenge in, but the referee's assistant on this near side had his flag raised.
Yeah, but people are going to be looking at Robbie there saying he's given the ball away, but he's no option. He's received the ball on the touchline, 15 yards inside his own half. He's opened his body, he's looking for his winger Adrian to play a straight pass up the line, but his winger's nowhere to be seen. The Sammy Smodics is 20 yards on the inside in the same passing lane as Evan Ferguson, which the Finns have blocked off, so he's got no option. Robbie, he's got to take another touch on the inside, he's got to try and force the pass, and eventually we give it away. Just another example there. Sammy Smodics has to work harder, has to get in a wider position and make the pass simpler for Robbie Brady to get us up the pitch.
Nathan Collins off to Ireland's left hand side to Liam Scales sending it forward to Sammy Smodics. Bit of a heavy touch initially, but he recovered well. Ireland sending the ball forward, but Jason Knight was caught as he made contact with the ball, and it'll be a free kick for the Republic of Ireland right on halfway. Just over 5 minutes to go to the break. Ireland still trailing Finland by 1-0. When you leave aside the games against Gibraltar, Ireland have lost their last 8 competitive games, and currently they trail in Helsinki by 1-0 approaching half time.
Yeah, the one disappointment is probably 40 minutes in, Adrian, we probably haven't created one chance from open play, forced a few corners and got a few crosses into the box, but generally speaking haven't been good enough in terms of our passing, our combination play to get into the last third and actually work this Finnish goalkeeper.
Poyanpalo back defending, carries it away under real pressure though from the very tigerish Evan Ferguson, who tracked Poyanpalo striker on striker. Eventually the ball goes out of play, and it'll be a throw in for Stahl and Finland. Just about 20 metres away from the halfway line, Leo Volta with the return pass for Stahl. Very sloppy from Finland, they've given it away, and now Finn Azaz driving up towards the edge of the area, gets a shot away, left-footed from the angle of the area, and Radetzky down to make a save, and it is a save. Shot on target from Ireland, but no real troubles really there for Radetzky.
Yeah, you're right, probably wasn't overly convincing, maybe hadn't got a huge amount of support. Chidozio Bennett trying to drive into the central penalty box area, took responsibility to take the shot on off his left side. Just didn't quite catch it. It was a comfortable save in the end for the goalkeeper, but at least trying to be positive. Finn Azaz, given that, took a big step forward, drove into the penalty box, no problem with that whatsoever.
Ivanov picks up the clearance from the Republic of Ireland, and is with Volta out to Galvez on the Finnish left hand side. They'll be determined to head in at the break. Finland a goal to the good at the very least. They would love to get a second. That would be a real hammer blow for Ireland, but Finland on the front foot once again with Robin Ludd off to Keskinen, wide left position, prepared to take on Darragh O'Shea. Keskinen threading it through for the run at Galvez, but seen off there by Liam Scales, who was across there to recognise the danger and execute the clearance.
Yeah, you're right, Adrian read it well there. Liam Scales, clever into play again. Galvez down that left hand side. There's a great diagonal run from Laud, the right winger, right in behind the Irish defence to make the ball stick. That's what I'm talking about. Somebody prepared to get in behind, make the ball stick, buy time and allow those other players to join in, which Finland have done. Kamara in particular playing at that kind of most advanced central midfield position. He's looked really bright, but so have most of the Finnish players, I've got to be honest with you.
Glenn Kamara with the layoff. Intricate stop from Finland inside the area, and the cross swung in while it was driven across the 6-yard box and gathered by Kuivin Keller. Keskinen's attempted ball, unable to pick out a colleague, and Ireland now will drive forward. Can they find an equalising goal before the break? Scales sending it down the line, but it's a terrible ball really, giving Sammy Smodics absolutely no chance whatsoever.
Yeah, but at least Smodics was offering himself up the left hand side. I'm looking at Evan Ferguson, he's running away from Liam Scales. He's making the ball harder and harder by the second. There's only one option for Liam Scales down this left hand side. Not quite sure why Evan can't get himself across the pitch and offer himself up for a pass from Liam Scales into his feet. Adrian, it's a far harder pass for Liam Scales there to hit a diagonal pass 40-50 yards off the shoulders of the opposition centre half.
This is good from Ireland, and Evan Ferguson inside the area after good work by Sammy Smodics and by Josh Cullen as well. And Evan Ferguson trying to tee up the attempt to get a shot away, not to be. That opportunity snuffed out by Finland. Ireland to get themselves a throw-in away to our left hand side, not too far from the corner flag, to be taken by Robbie Brady as the clock ticks towards half time. Just 90 seconds of the opening half remaining. Finland 1, Republic of Ireland 0. Nathan Collins inside the area, Evan Ferguson. So will Robbie Brady deliver the long throw in here? Let's see what Ireland can make of this opportunity. Sammy Smodics goes short to receive. Smodics away from Robin Lode, lofts the ball into the area, and it might break for Evan Ferguson. Got something on it, and Nathan Collins almost pounced as the ball broke inside the area, closing in on the goalkeeper, but gathered by Radetzky in the end. Well, bobbing around there.
Yeah, I just thought Nathan Collins there kind of Johnny on the spot a little bit, isn't he, when he gets into the opposition penalty box, and very the ball seems to arrive at his feet. Nearly got a nick on that, which would have taken it past Hradecky in the Finnish goal.
Schuller appeals for handball against Chidozie Agbene. The referee is happy to allow play continue. Ball played out to this left hand side for Smodics. Sammy Smodics moving into a central position. All very crowded, but it breaks again in favour of Ireland. And Smodics, Finn Azaz, and now Smodics teeing it up for Evan Ferguson. Difficult angle, and Radetzky makes the save. Well, the shot from Evan Ferguson lacked true power to really extend Lucas Radetzky, but it required saving, and Radetzky did so.
Yeah, I'm not sure that couldn't have been looking to score from there. It was too acute an angle. Probably would have been better advised, Adrian, maybe having a touch or looking to cut that ball back towards the penalty spot for on-rushing Irish players. But it was good play. Smodics in particular getting himself involved. Good decision. Could have taken the shot on himself, but looked to play Evan Ferguson in. Good play from him.
Well, the ball lofted into the area, and the referee spotted the infringement. So one additional minute to be played at the end of the opening 45 minutes. And it's Finland who, it looks like Kenny will troop in at half-time, leading by 1-0.
Yeah, you probably have to say deservedly so, Adrian. I think their attacking play has been better. The front three have been more dangerous. Kind of the combinations down the side between full-back and wingers has been better. Kind of more cohesion to their play, certainly from an attacking point of view. And not so much from us. I think we've struggled to get up the pitch and work those little combinations and get into that final third and really work the Finnish goalkeeper. The kind of defensive structures been okay. Just that one big mistake obviously from Nathan has cost us, but from an attacking point of view, I'd like to see us do a little bit more. And like I said, I'm not exactly sure what I'm seeing at times with Evan Ferguson up front. We know how good he is, but I'd like to see him get himself involved down the side of the pitch where the ball is a little bit more. Sounds a little bit basic like, but that kind of fundamental would certainly help us in the second half. He's getting too detached from the player in possession. He's heading off to the other side of the pitch. Not exactly sure why. It's so difficult to hit that big diagonal pass. Far easier to hit it like a straight pass over the same side of the pitch for a defender.
Well, Finland playing the ball long downfield. It goes out of play, and that is that. The end of the opening 45 minutes. Ireland with much work to do in the second half. They trail at the break. Joel Poyampalo with the goal after 17 minutes. A terrible mistake made by Nathan Collins with the back pass. It was way too slack, way too short. And Poyampalo, well, he seized on the opportunity and made no mistake. At the break in Helsinki, it's Finland 1, Ireland 0. The thoughts of Pat Fenlon and Stephen Elliott on the way.
Adrian Ains, thank you very much, and indeed Kenny Cunningham, thank you very much. Gents, before we take a quick out break, what's your initial thoughts on that first half of football, Pat Fenlon?
disappointing, to be honest. I think it's been a poor display. I think Kenny probably summed it up one word: cohesion. We don't have any. There's no shape or make to the way we're playing. Listen, it looked like the first 10-15 minutes we set off them gave them, just maybe to feel them out, but they've looked like they've had a bit, better shape about them. The forward players have been more of a threat than Ayres had. That midfield, it looks congested in there for me. Smodic's playing on the left but coming in very narrow. If you're going to play with a narrow wide player, you need a fullback that's going to bomb on and give you width. Robbie Brady's not doing that, so I think cohesion for me is the bit that's been, and it's been a very disappointing performance.
Would you agree, Stephen?
Yeah, you're looking at the game, you're trying to figure out what type of patterns Ireland are playing, man. There isn't loads there, and it's you look uncertain at times where they want to be passing the ball, where they're moving. Nobody's really taking responsibility, and obviously the goal, it's a mistake from Nathan Collins, but I think that's just the result of all the uncertainty on the pitch. Nobody really knows what they're doing. It's a short pass by Collins to the keeper, and they go and score a goal, and it's been a poor game in general, but we haven't been great at all. There's been nothing really that you would look at that and go, yeah, there's something to take positively from that. It's just, I would like to see changes at half time, if I'm honest. Somebody bring a bit of freshness, a bit of life into the Ireland team, because there's absolutely nothing there at the moment. Okay, we'll get into that very shortly. We're going to take a short ad break and then more from Pat and Stephen on that first half as Ireland trail by 1-0.
RTE
2FM. At Screwfix, you can click and collect over 10,000 trade products in as little as 1 minute. So whether it's sockets and swords or radiators in Roscommon, when you need it yesterday, just click at screwfix.ie and collect at your local store 7 days a week. T's and C's apply. Visit screwfix.ie for full details.
We love better value at Dunnes Stores. Start your day right with Flavin's Quick Oats 500 gram, now half price. And do laundry for less with Ariel, Fairy and Bold detergent pods, 51 wash packs, just €11 each. Plus, you can save at the till with a 5 off 25 grocery voucher. Dunnes Stores. Always better value. Terms and conditions apply. Voucher can be used on next in-store grocery shop of €25 or more.
Ireland's most exciting art competition for young people is back. This is art. The sun is painting the sky. Clouds shapeshift into elephants. No, wait. Hot dogs. Shouldn't they? We're diving underwater. My brother's zooming through space. The stars are so close. Wow. This year's theme? This is imagination. Create, snap and upload. Brought to you by RTE and Creative Ireland.
This is Art 2024. What would you imagine?
RTE
2FM. SSE Airtricity harnesses our greatest natural resource, providing cleaner, renewable energy for homes and businesses across the country. While we all want a greener tomorrow, we also want to save on our energy bills today. With our recent price reductions, you can do both. Right now, we're offering a range of highly competitive energy plans. Switch now and you could save with one of our great introductory offers. To see our very best offers, go direct to ssceairtricity.com. SSE Airtricity. This is Generation Green. Since January 2024, we've decreased our domestic electricity variable rates by 22.8% and gas variable rates by 21.5%. For more information, visit ssceairtricity.com.
The Official Chart Show. Bhí Ibrahim Ornu Gwyn on Chochtan Chicata sa Gorthaga album. Thyrig Leather Coronas Ibrahim a Wampa Mock Lena Volacom Ornua thoughts and observations. August bhí an tá Sabrina Carpenter a rís don seachtú seachtain in aige céile. Tá si Ibrahim le taste. Biggie Lum gaki hid hina ag a seachta clog agus a corban nuas ó tríocha ag a hain na hingle is most a tier. Game on.
Football. Now you're very welcome back to Game On. It is Finland 1, Ireland 0 in Helsinki. Elsewhere in Group 2 of League B in the Nations League, it is England 0, Greece 0. Elsewhere, Israel trail at home to France by 2-1. Italy lead Belgium at home 2-1, and Austria, Kazakhstan is 1-0 to Austria, and Norway have a 1-0 lead over Slovenia. The goal came from a Nathan Collins mistake. Stephen Elliott scored by John Poyopalo of Venezia. What do you put that mistake down to? Is it as simple as just a lapse in concentration, or is it a lack of confidence, or is it a lack of options shown by his teammates?
it's poor technical play by Collins to start with. You can't you can't be making mistakes like that at international level. Like it's very very hard to kind of get away from that. But there's obviously a reason why he's doing that. Whether it's a lack of knowing where he's going to pass the ball, like you say there, lack of options, I'm not sure. But there's nobody near him, and it's a really poor back pass. So again, he'll be kicking himself, especially like that's our captain on the night, and for your captain to make a mistake like that, it's unacceptable. But he's going to have to kind of shake her off and get himself back out there, and we need to find a way to get back into the game. I think defensively we haven't really looked under massive amounts of pressure. We've been comfortable enough, bar the goal. There hasn't been really loads of chances either end of the pitch, but I think we need to do more in the offensive areas. I'd like to see Troy Parragher on the pitch. I think he's a player that I think for Ireland he's done quite well at times for us, and again even in the last few games I would have liked to see him play a little bit more, but I think I wouldn't be too disappointed to see him come out at half time. He's playing well for a team in form. He's playing in Europe, scoring in Europe. We haven't got strikers playing and scoring loads of goals at a high level, and he's somebody that is, and I think there's a lot of potential about him as a young player, and I think he's starting to mature now, and I think he's somebody that we might get a reaction out of him, and I would like to see him.
Who would you take off?
I'll take Ferguson off. I think he looks off the pace. He's been injured, and I'm not saying Ferguson's a bad player. We know the potential he has, but for the evening that's in it, I don't think he's looked anywhere near up to speed just yet. So that would be a straight swap for me.
Stephen mentioned, Pat, that we need more offensive options. I asked this in complete sincerity. What is Ireland's attacking game plan?
Well, gone on that 45 minutes, 46 minutes, whatever it was, there's not a lot in relation to attack and play. Kenny's alluded to the fact of Evan Ferguson pulling off on when the play is on the right back position, he's pulling off onto the forward centre half, right side of centre half, and vice versa on the left. You look at it sometimes and you think, well, down there left hand side, you can understand a little bit of that if he's pulling off to the far side, that Smodics is coming in off the line to play in a narrow position. But it's too easy to defend against for me. You're looking at your centre forward. Normally when you're on ball side, that's where he should be. He's getting involved in the link up play. But it's happened so many times that it looks like it's a ploy rather than he's just decided to do that, because there will be times in the game where the centre forward will pull off to the far side and look for that diagonal ball if there's space in there, but he's nearly done it all the time now, and again it looks like, okay, we're going to play with Smodics narrow on one side and Benya give us width on the right hand side. We haven't been able to isolate. For me, Smodics is a central player who can run, and when where he is at the moment, he's coming in, he's playing wide on the left, he's not playing wide, but he's starting very narrow all the time. I'd like to see him, if he's going to play there, to start wide, to sort of leave that space to be able to come into it at times. But I definitely agree that your centre forward, whatever ball side you're on, the centre forward has to be a part of that build up play. Listen, if it's a bit higher than you can peel off the shoulder for a cross, diagonal cross, that's fine, but when you're trying to build a play up, you need a focal point to be able to play into and get little runners off him. We haven't seen anybody run beyond Ferguson. The bit I liked with Smodics in some of the games at the Aviva particularly, he was willing to go and do that, to give us a threat and stretch the pitch, where at the moment everything is short, everything's in front, it's all straight balls, and they're very comfortable defending. They haven't had to really get out of shape. We haven't pulled them around the pitch. So in answer to your question, I haven't seen any real patterns of play in relation to how we're going to try score a goal. We spoke about earlier on, can we get into wide areas where Benny and get crossed into the box? We haven't really seen that. We haven't seen a midfielder run beyond the strikers. We haven't seen Evan Ferguson get involved in the link up to the play. So there isn't too much. Finnessaz has been on the ball a little bit. His final ball's been disappointing for me, and I think in general that's been sloppy from us. Cullen, Azaz, Knight, been poor in relation to retention of the ball. And at this level, you have to keep the ball. If you keep turning her over, and listen, Finland are no world beaters neither. Stephen alluded, there hasn't been loads of shots on goal at either end, but it's just been a poor performance. Without, I think what I said was, you want to see a pattern, a way of playing. We haven't seen that yet.
Yeah. If Sammy Smodics is coming in, is he perhaps smothering Finn Azaz then, who was a man that was mentioned by Hamer at the start, that might be the key to unlocking the bit of a playmaker? Now listen, he won a free, he was 3-on-1, had a bit of a run, a weak shot off his left foot perhaps was the wrong option to take. We've created a couple of chances. Evan Ferguson had a shot laid on at the keeper, so there's some positivity. But in terms of that game plan or lack thereof that Pat kind of went through there as well, that if Hamer's saying at the start of the match we're going to mix it up, I think he's taking that to new levels. We're mixing it up but having nothing to actually foundation wise.
It's just very congested in there. Like, you look up, there's like all the bodies seem on top of each other in possession. There doesn't really seem to be an out ball. Even Ogbenny, he hasn't really had much of the ball because the game, all the bodies seem to be around him. I'd like to see us build up a little bit down the left hand side of the pitch and kind of free up that space for him to kind of to give him a bit of kind of freedom and space and bit of grass to run into. Like, if you look at the game, a lot of it's happened on his side of the pitch, and at times Robbie Brady is being allowed space down the left, and I think Finland are happy enough with that, because if the ball does get switched out there, they know Robbie's not going to run away from any of the Finland lads. So again, they might need to tweak a few things kind of tactically, but at the moment it's just not working. We don't look like we possess a threat. We've had a couple of half chances. Obviously Zaz has a bit of a strike from kind of when he's running away from the goal with his left foot in the edge of the box. Ferguson's had a half chance where he kind of fell into the strike, a decent enough move, but it's been poor, and we need more. If we're going to get back into this game and get a draw, never mind winning, we need to see more offensively. It just hasn't been a spark there yet.
I think that's the key though. Like, we haven't seen really Keller involved in the game. Their goalkeeper hasn't been involved, but their front players look a bit more of a threat than we do. They've got more of a system and a shape. The wide players, want to stay wide, want to stretch the pitch. So when they do get possession of the ball, they look like they have more of a threat. Where it's very congested for us, and everything's in front of them. They're happy enough at 1-0. I'm sure they'd be happy enough. Just keep our shape, because we don't have an inventive player at the moment that's going to open them up. We don't have anybody running beyond. We're not getting crosses in from wide areas to try feed Ferguson as well. So I think you will see a change. I think Ferguson was probably going to be a 55-60 minutes anyway. And if you're looking at the bench, well, Troy Parra is the man in form at club level that can come in and hopefully nick us a goal. Other than that, maybe Jamie McGrath can come in and play in one of them wide areas as well, or behind the striker. I'd like to see Smodix a little bit more central and try to get a little bit more natural left on width on the left hand side.
Yeah, when he does get the ball, when he has been involved, it has looked somewhat positive. More from Pat and Stephen on the way, and the second half coming to you live here on Game On 2FM.
RTE
2FM. Harvey Norman, your sleep specialists, with deals across our new range of motion bases and big brand mattresses. Customise your sleep position and experience the feeling of pure relaxation with our motion bases starting from $799. For a limited time only, get 20% off selected compatible motion base mattresses from the biggest brands like King Coil, Sealy and Silent Night, with up to 36 months interest-free finance, no setup fees and 0% APR. Why wait? Harvey Norman, your sleep specialist.
Minimum spend, terms and conditions apply. See in store for details.
Tiffany's my go-to. Circus Delight, my delight. Give me the caramello. I'm fruit and nut all day long.
Win big with Cadbury Dairy Milk and 2FM.
With 8 flavours, there's one for everyone to enjoy. Choose the flavour you favour.
And win some cash with thousands of euro to be won with Cadbury Dairy Milk and 2FM.
On 2FM. Winning happens every day, across the day.
2FM Breakfast.
2FM.
On today's show, Carl got a mention he wasn't even in. With 54.5% of the vote, it's you, baby. Woo! It's you. I am on 36.4% of the vote, and Carl, who's not here, got 9% of the vote. He's 100% texting himself. That is absolutely outrageous. Check that number, Willem, because I know that there's shenanigans happening.
2FM Breakfast.
Back tomorrow from 6.
Sponsored by McDonald's. Introducing the brand new breakfast wrap from McDonald's. All the best bits of breakfast in a wrap. Available until 11 a.m. daily.
Game On.
Football.
Now, welcome back once again to Game On 2FM. It is Finland 1, Ireland 0. The teams are in the tunnel. We'll get you back across to Helsinki very shortly. No changes that we are aware of as of yet. Kenny Cunningham and Adrian Eames will inform us if there are any. Stephen, you are hoping for changes. Even if there are personnel changes, though, it's going to take a bit of a setup change as well to complement any personnel changes, I would imagine.
Yeah, I think so. I think they need to just look at obviously how Finland are set up. It's been quite comfortable for them, but I don't know whether he's made a change, but I just think it needs a spark. The team needs a spark. They need a bit of life in there, and I'm not sure whether he has made any changes. Looking at it here, has he?
Well, Jason Knight is still there. Scales Benny, Finn Zaz, Smodix, not that we are aware of. We will get you across the second half. And Pat, as well, we didn't even mention as well Robbie Brady's free kick. Collins headed it in. It was just over the line to go out as well. So it's small margins that we could.
Yeah, it's the only real chance, I suppose, have a chance. It looked fairly tight, but it was obviously over the line and pulled it back, and he finished it well. But at this stage as well, we were talking about changing, but we haven't gone 4-4-2. If we're going to play with 4 at the back, we're 1-0 down, maybe a second striker up with Ferguson might be the way to give him a little bit of support up there, so take off one of them midfielders. But I suppose we'll wait and see for the second half.
We shall indeed. Second half is just underway. Let's get you back to Kenny and Adrian.
Cheers, Shane. Yeah, and confirmation, no changes made by Heimer Hallgrimsson and John O'Shea and the Irish management team at half time. So it's the 11 that started that head out once again for the second half. Chidozie Ogbene has possession. Ireland trailing by 1-0. That goal scored after 17 minutes by Joe Payanpalo of Venezia in Serie A, albeit a struggling side, as Ivanov clears up towards halfway. I suspect we will get changes as the game unfolds, and we generally do around about the hour mark. And of course, as Shane mentioned at half time, no goals between England and Greece. Greece the next opposition for Ireland. Ireland head to Piraeus, to Athens on Sunday. That game you can also hear live on a Game On special on Sunday evening. Ireland taking on Greece. Ireland's second away day in October before the final 2 games in this Nations League campaign, at home to Finland next month, and the final one, of course, at Wembley against England. Here's Chidozie Ogbene seeing it out to Josh Cullen. Cullen into a centre position for Finn Azaz, and now Liam Scales trying to toss one out to the left hand side. Lucky for Robbie Brady, does really well to get the high ball under control. And now Jason Knight, trying to slip the ball through for Sammy Smodics right on the edge of the area. Ireland starting the second half with real tenacity here. There appears to be a real edge to them as they start the second half. The ball is swung in from the left hand side, and the shot, well, that's Lucas Radetzky who gets down to save Jason Knight's effort from quite some distance out. Again, the keeper smartly down to make the save.
Yeah, it's good to see him involved, Jason Knight. That's one of his strengths, Adrian. That's why I like to see him in this centre midfield role, because he can get forward quickly and get into the last third of the pitch. He has a goal in him, I think, for me. What I don't want to see is him spending most of the second half in the left back position, where we saw him kind of first half when we were building up. Robbie Brady driving high up the pitch and Jason Knight dropping into a left back position. Don't want to see him there. I want to see him hold his position centrally, and when the ball goes back to front, I want to see him joining in, because he's good at it. He's got good legs, and I think he can affect the game in the last third of the pitch. But that's where we want to see him, Adrian, in the last third of the pitch, not the defensive third.
Well, this particular city holds special memories for Jason Knight. He made his international debut back in 2020 in Helsinki, albeit on a losing Irish side by 1-0. And this team currently trailing by 1-0 to the Finns, so he'll be hoping to try and put that to rights, Jason Knight, during the course of the second half. A big second half required from the Republic of Ireland. The Finns, by contrast, in a very happy position of having bagged their first goal in the group. They are looking at all 3 points. This seen by many people as a shootout between two sides trying to avoid bottom place and relegation from this particular league, from League B. Group 2, with England and Greece set to battle it out, arguably for top spot. Here's Darragh O'Shea, gets the ball under control halfway inside his own half, sends it back to Nathan Collins, and now it's with Caoimhín Kelleher. Takes a touch as Payanpalo tried to close down the space. Off by Nathan Collins to Ireland's right hand side to Darragh O'Shea, up as far as Evan Ferguson. Ferguson just inside his own half, he's outnumbered, outmuscled, and Schuler comes away with the ball for Finland. Back to the central defender once again, and that is Artur Hoskonen, and now it's with Schuler to Ivanov, and it's the Finns who have possession of the ball. Overall the stats are pretty even. Republic of Ireland just about dominating in terms of the possession stats, 54 to 46. And of course, crucially, they lead on the scoreboard as Hoskonen tosses the ball forward, but that will run through to Caoimhín Kelleher, who gathers the ball on the edge of his area. So 4 minutes into the second half. Ireland need to pick it up here. Big second half required to try and get something from this trip to Helsinki before heading off to Athens. The team will fly out to Athens tomorrow. The ball is sent down the left-hand side towards Robbie Brady, and now Smodics with a clever turn, and now Evan Ferguson, and Ferguson inside the area. Well, he just had his pocket picked in the nick of time. Great defending by Rasmus Schuler, who got back. Solid defending by the Finns, but it almost opened up there for Evan Ferguson.
It was a brilliant bit of play from Ireland. Link-up play, Smolix and Robbie Brady down the left-hand side. Smolix had a wonderful pass first time into Evan Ferguson. Quick feet, got him into the box. It was a brilliant recovery tackle from Schuller, the defensive midfielder. Adrian recognised the danger and digging out his team with a great tackle.
Well, Ireland, as a result of that attempt, have got themselves a corner kick to be taken by Robbie Brady on the far side, Ireland's left-hand side. 2 arms aloft to give the signal from Robbie Brady, and plenty in green to aim at here. Can Ireland find a levelling goal in Helsinki? It's an outswinger towards Liam Scales, and Smolix goalwards. Radetsky manages to shovel the ball away, and eventually he gathers as it breaks inside the area, and it stays at Finland 1, Ireland 0.
Oh, it was a real chance, Adrian, wasn't it? Liam Scales done great. I think he realised he couldn't score there, Liam. He just kind of cushions it into a back post area. Had a bit more time than he thought there. Smolix tried to take it first time with the outside of his foot. It was a difficult finish. I think he could actually have had a touch there, steadied himself and just drove it towards goal with his second touch. But better from Ireland, at least spending a bit of time in and around the opposition penalty box.
Yeah, it's a real positive start to the second half from the Republic of Ireland. 1-0 Finland lead, 5 minutes gone in the second period. Nathan Collins off to Darragh O'Shea on Ireland's right hand side. Chidozie Ogbene closed down, sent on by Josh Cullen, just easing the ball over the top, cut out by Ivanov, and the loose ball is capitalised upon by Josh Cullen. Evan Ferguson off to Finn Azaz, and the ball is won back by Finland. Glenn Kamara trying to just work his way around Liam Scales, but the man from British Bay did really well. Finn Azaz trying to thread the ball through. It's all very frantic at the moment, and eventually Finland tried to come away with it, but Schuller has lost out, just out muscle. The ball just drifted away from him, and Ireland have it back. They're showing a good appetite for the battle in the second half. The Republic of Ireland, the team in green, as Chidozie Ogbene drives forward down Ireland's right hand side, faced by Galvez, delivers the cross towards Evan Ferguson, and Stahl got a block on it and chests the ball back to his goalkeeper Lucas Radetsky.
Oh, it was great delivery from Ogbene into the box, not overcomplicated, one touch to steady himself and then just whipping it into that central striking position. It's good defending actually. Evan Ferguson under a little bit of pressure, just get eased under the ball. Sammy Smolix unfortunately isn't attacking that back post area. He's kind of checked his run, looking for a cutback, so there's nobody attacking that kind of back post. But again, far better from Ireland, and Chidozie Ogbene down this right hand side.
Schuller to Leo Volta just inside the Finnish half, to Galvez, and Galvez has Keskinen nearby. Galvez just checks away Ogbene, just keeping a close eye on the young left back. Played forward now by Ivanov to Schuller. Galvez has it. Volta through the middle. Clever turn by Volta, who picked up a really good position and was well picked out by Galvez. Volta linking up well with Galvez inside the area. He goes down, and some appeals from a couple of the Finnish players for a penalty, but nothing doing there. But Galvez getting forward from that left back position.
Yeah, like an underlapping run, Adrian, wasn't it? Drove into the box, 1v1 against Nathan Collins. Just kind of stands on the ball. Galvez wins his team a corner kick. He's been impressive from an attacking point of view, Galvez, no doubt about it. But like I said, I think Ogbene has the beating of him in 1v1 situations. Can get enough of the ball to him.
So Caoimhín Kelleher preparing to take the restart for the Republic of Ireland. Right-footed, he just launches it downfield in the direction of Finn Azaz, but one in the air by Rasmus Schuller, sent forward by Robbie Brady inside the centre circle. Josh Cullen gets a touch to it, and he's been fouled. Free kick to the Republic of Ireland. Real sense of urgency about the Irish in the second half. Josh Cullen epitomising that. He was fouled and immediately demanded the ball so Ireland could get on with it. And Nathan Collins will take the resulting free kick just on halfway, just a metre or two inside his own half, and he sends it square to Liam Scales, and Scales on the edge of the centre circle back to Nathan Collins. Finland quite content at the moment to drop off as the ball is floated out towards Chidozie Ogbene, but too much on it and it goes out of play, and it'll be a throw into Finland.
Yeah, just a bit to lose that from Nathan. I'd love to see him just play a 10-yard pass to Darragh O'Shea there, and let's play from there. Darragh O'Shea in turn, distribution is very good. Better angle, full back in that position, tight to the touchline to get the ball into the centre forward's feet. Just in a little bit of a rush there, Nathan. Just make one or two more passes.
Radetsky with the clearance. It's not a very convincing one, but it'll break for Rasmus Schuller off Josh Cullen and sends it out to Stahl, and Stahl goes driving forward down the Finnish right hand side. Robin Lode moves the ball into a central position, but it's a poor pass, and Ireland will try to capitalise, but again it's untidy. Evan Ferguson battling to win it back, but Galvez gets there first and tidies up for the home side.
Oh, just Jason Knight there just had to play a better pass. Nothing wrong with the run from Evan Ferguson off the shoulder of even off down the side, just needed to be played on his outside shoulder rather than his inside. It was an easy interception for the Finnish defender, but a good chance there for a counter-attack to get Evan Ferguson, a 1v1 situation. Just the quality of the ball there from Jason Knight, just not good enough.
7 meetings between Finland and the Republic of Ireland before this. 3 wins for Ireland, but Finland with those 2 wins back in 2020, home and away, both by a single goal to nil. Fredrik Jensen, the scorer in both games. He's on the bench tonight, by the way, for Finland, who have possession with Ivanov, who sends a square now to Hoskonen. Hoskonen forward up towards halfway, right hand side for Glenn Kamara, and Kamara forced to check back inside his own half, and now Rasmus Schuller, and Schuller just does a 360 and spins away from trouble and picks out Hoskonen, who slips a 20-metre pass forward. Finn Azaz onto it for Ireland. Both sides guilty of giving the ball away rather easily at times. Scales is there to pick it up for Ireland, deep inside his own half. On now for Nathan Collins, has Darragh O'Shea to his right, so too Chidozie Ogbene. Ogbene receives, closely watched by Galvez, sent forward now to Evan Ferguson. Back with Darragh O'Shea. Ogbene is on it once again for Ireland, just inside the Finnish half, trying to weave his way through. He's been fouled, and it's a free kick. Good work by Chidozie Ogbene.
Yeah, but it's better combination. Talk about patterns at half time. We saw it there. Chidozie Ogbene tight to the touchline, comes on the inside. Evan Ferguson within 15 yards of him. Adrian, we didn't see that first half. So the difference is he can lend the ball on the inside. That's the trigger for Jason Knight to make a run in behind. Good moving off the ball. Eventually the ball ends up at Chidozie Ogbene's feet again, and we win a free kick. But that's better. That's kind of clear patterns for me. Full back, wide man, centre forward, centre midfielder, getting themselves involved in close proximity to each other, and eventually winning a free kick.
In the 57th minute, an Ireland free kick, and it's about 35 metres out from goal. Robbie Brady over it, so this one will be swung in. The Finnish players right on the edge of their own penalty area, a line right across the area, and Brady is there. Finn Azaz is going to leave it for Robbie Brady, who swings it in. Needs a decisive touch here. It's found a decisive touch into the back of the net, and Ireland have equalised. Well, Liam Scales up from the back, got something on it, and Ireland have found an equalising goal in Helsinki. Liam Scales with the equaliser.
Yeah, we deserve that, Adrian, we really have. It's been fantastic first 10 minutes of the second half. More bite to the team, tenacity, winning back possession, working the ball, getting the ball back to front a lot quicker, carrying more of an attacking threat, and eventually it's reaped reward. Great delivery from Robbie Brady. You wouldn't expect any less, right into a central area. Still got a lot to do, Liam Scales. He's not the biggest defender in the world, Adrian, but he attacks the space. He's really brave. It's not an easy finish. There's a full stretch there. Still manages it to direct it back across the goalkeeper into the far corner. It's fantastic header.
Lukas Radetzky absolutely rooted to the spot. Liam Scales with the header looping over the goalkeeper, and Ireland have drawn level in Helsinki and get this scoreline coming through from Wembley. It's England 0, Greece 1. Pavlidis with the goal there. So the Greeks in front at Wembley, and Ireland level in Helsinki with Finland. We're in the 58th minute. Well, that will greatly delight Heimir Hallgrimsson after a pretty grim first half. Ireland have restored parity in Helsinki. It's 1 apiece. And I guess Ireland have to maintain the attitude that they brought to the second half. Evan Ferguson chasing down Hoskonen, who sends it back to Radetzky, who clears up towards halfway. Poyan Palo dueling in the air. It breaks though to Volta, who sends it forward in the direction of Glenn Kamara, but Liam Scales got there first, and Ivanov tidies up defensively for Finland. Off to Stahl on the right hand side. The Irish fans in great voice at the moment. Liam Scales with that header, making it 1 apiece. Glenn Kamara battling away with Liam Scales, right hand side as Finland attack. Away to our left hand side. Well, the Finns were in the comfort zone, leading by a goal to nil at the break, but they've been pegged back. Ivanov off to his right hand side, picked up now by Artur Hoskonen, who made his debut just a couple of years ago in November of 2022 against North Macedonia. Finland trying to work something down the left hand side now, but Keskinen is just beaten to the punch. Played forward now to Finn Azaz, trying to link up with Chidozie Ogbene, succeeds in picking out Ogbene. Chasing forward here, Chidozie Ogbene giving Galvez the slip. Still Ogbene, what a run. Smodek's nearby, so too Evan Ferguson on the edge of the area. Ferguson with the shot, the snap shot from the edge of the area, and it's saved by Radetzky. Better from Ireland.
No, far better, Adrian, far better. It's like night and day, the second half performance. Again, Ogbene and Ferguson getting in contact with each other. in the second half. Didn't see enough of that first half. We're seeing it now, and we're seeing the cause effect. Getting into the final third again. Brilliant play from McBenney, just burning Galvez with his pace there. Got his head up. Nice little cut back to Ferguson. Only one thing in his mind, to get a shot on target, which he did. Work with the goalkeeper. That's all you can ask.
Volta gets a return pass off Ivanov. Well, the Irish fans, all 1,200 plus of them, in fine voice at the moment. Liam Scales with that header, but they've some defending to do here. And Nathan Collins under pressure. Well, Finland looking for the corner kick. Keskinen not too happy that the decision has gone in favour of the Republic of Ireland. It'll be a goal kick. We've hit the hour mark in Helsinki, and it's Finland 1, Republic of Ireland 1. So the goal kick to be taken by Caoimhín Kelleher, the man from Cork City. So Caoimhín Kelleher, all in a shade of pink this evening, drives it downfield towards Ivanov. Ferguson dueling away there to break towards Schuller. Oh, there's a foul on Jason Knight, and that will mean a free kick to the Republic of Ireland inside the centre circle.
Yeah, we've been sharper all over the pitch, Adrian, winning all of those second balls now. People anticipating things, pinching the ball off the Finnish players in those kind of central midfield areas, not allowing them up the pitch. They're really having to working out these Finnish players to get into our half the pitch. No, certainly wasn't the case first half. Far better from Ireland, all aspects of the game, in and out possession.
Well, the fields of Athenry getting a pretty rousing rendition in Helsinki at the moment. Ireland have got themselves a free kick. It's some distance out. This will be flooded up towards the edge of the area by Robbie Brady. And he hangs it up towards the angle of the area towards Darragh O'Shea. And O'Shea will get the throw in for his team. And he can deliver a long throw in if he so desires. Josh Cullen just suggesting he slows things down a little. And Ireland ready for this long throw in. Darragh O'Shea preparing now to bowl it into the Finland penalty box. And it's defended by the big striker Poyan Palo. Glenn Kamara works it back to Galvez, who clears left-footed up towards halfway. Jason Knight just beaten to it, and Robbie Brady just shovels the ball downfield straight to Ivanov, and that's a really good ball out to Robin Lode, wide right hand side for Finland, faced by Liam Scales. Trying to tee it up for Poyan Palo on the edge of the area. It runs for Kamara. Ooh, what an attempt that was by Glenn Kamara. And Ireland somehow managed to survive that particular threat. Offside flag is raised on the far side.
Yeah, it was really good football from the Finns. Actually great defence from Josh Cullen. Intercepted the ball into Polly Palo's feet. Unfortunately rebounded straight into the path of Kamara on the edge of the box. He's inches wide there, isn't he? Bending that ball inside the far corner. Just a little reminder to Ireland there, as much as they've been in the ascendancy second half, got to keep their concentration, can't overcommit. This Finnish team is still dangerous on the counter-attack, the quick transitions. We've got to keep on the front foot, keep this tempo high. For me, it suits us, Adrian. Players look to be enjoying themselves. Good body language at the moment.
Evan Ferguson off in pursuit as the ball was swung through, and that was a decent ball. Good run by Evan Ferguson, and it stays at 1-1.
Yeah, you're right, Adrian. It was a good run over that side of the pitch, giving Darragh O'Shea an option, play the ball in behind, nearly executed it. Darragh O'Shea can take that off, that kind of pass 40 yards. He is capable. Just mixing up our game nicely now, Ireland, getting the ball into Evan Ferguson's feet in particular, throwing a few balls down the side into the space in behind.
Well, Finland about to make a change, and I suspect Rasmus Schuller may be the one to head off, but the change imminent for the Finns. So no changes so far for the Republic of Ireland, who've fought their way back into this contest after conceding that 17th minute goal. Ireland, authors of their own downfall on that occasion with the careless back pass. It was just short, really. No great purchase on it from Nathan Collins, and a mistake emphatically seized upon by Joel Poyan Palo to give Finland the lead. But Ireland equalising. Robbie Brady's free kick, and a lovely soaring header from Liam Scales, his first international goal, to make it 1-1. Here's Schuller. Looks like there'll be a double change made by the Finns here. It's clearly Markku Canvera has decided to shake things up, and Oliver Antman is coming on, and also Matti Peltola. So two changes been made past the hour mark by the Finns. So Peltola and Antman both being introduced. And Topi Keskinen of Aberdeen is going off. And we'll see who the other player heading off for the Finns is, but I suspect it was going well. Schuller, it is Schuller. Confirmation that it is Schuller. So double change made by the Finns. And let's see if Heimer Hallgrimsson decides to shake things up. After you get an equalising goal, it's always tempting to leave well enough alone. Jason Knight feeding the ball out to Ireland's left hand side to Sammy Smodics. Again, Evan Ferguson off in pursuit. Even off for company. Forced wide, the Brighton and Hove Albion striker. Just 3 sub-appearances in the Premier League so far this season. That's a decent ball into the area and cleared away to safety by Finland. Nathan Collins pressing up on Glenn Kamara, who picked up a knock. Darrow O'Shea floats the ball into the area, and Evan Ferguson trying to get something on it, but it drifts behind for a goal kick to Finland.
It's a great ball again from Darrow O'Shea into the box. Unless he traces it back to the ball from Sammy Smodics about 25 yards inside his own half. Again, Evan Ferguson getting himself across the pitch. Must have had words with him at half-time edge. There's no doubt the Irish coaching staff, when we get the ball down one side, Evan, get yourself across that side of the pitch, give the player in possession an option. That's exactly what he's done second half, and we've really benefited from it. Great cross there at the end of it as well from Darrow O'Shea to the back post, inviting Evan Ferguson to go and head it.
Galvez sends it back now to Ivanov, deep inside the Finnish half. A short pass now to pick out the very talented Leo Volta, who only made his debut for Finland in June against Portugal. Sees it back and now they play it forward. Antman off in chase here under pressure from Darrow O'Shea, and the ball goes out of play for an Ireland throw-in well inside their own half, and Darrow O'Shea prepares to take the throw-in just about 10 metres from the corner flag away to our left hand side. Darrow O'Shea has made 7 appearances for Ipswich since making the move to Portman Road in the English Premier League, getting plenty of game time there. 7 appearances in total for him so far. And Ireland now with Robbie Brady cantering down the left hand side, moving the ball forward now towards Sammy Smodics, and Smodics plays it on now for Josh Cullen, trying to help it on in the direction of Chidozie Ogbene. Well won back by Josh Cullen for Ireland and sent back to Darrow O'Shea. And now Ogbene once again faced by Galvez, and now it's Finn Azaz who turns in a central position, trying to slip it through for Smodics. The ball though breaks away and will be picked up by Stahl to carry it away for Finland, halfway inside his own half into Glenn Kamara. Offloaded now to Volta, out to this near side to Galvez. Antman down the line, but instead Volta is the outball through the middle. Leo Volta just slows things down as Finland try to dictate the tempo once again. Forward by Galvez to Antman, and Antman with his fellow sub Peltola in a central midfield position, on by Glenn Kamara. This looks promising. Robin Laud feeding it wide, and now the cross into the area. Keller is there, and Puyan Palo closing in, but gathered by Caoimhín Keller, under pressure though from the advancing striker, dealt with by Caoimhín Keller.
Yeah, it was really good goalkeeping, Adrian. Not only keeping his hands on the balls, but good anticipation. He knew potentially a little bit of trouble here. Puyan Palo making the run across. Nathan Collins might have got there as well. He recognised that. Caoimhín got out quick into that area, anticipated the cutback, and also good hands as well, not spilling the ball.
Ogbene prods the ball back, but it's loose from Ireland, and Finland almost had possession, but in the end Nathan Collins decides just to clear it up towards halfway, picked up by Ivanov, and moves it now into a central position for Hoskonen, and Hoskonen takes a touch or two and then rolls it back to his central defensive colleague in Robert Ivanov, who plays with Eintracht Braunschweig in the second tier of German football. And Hoskonen to Peltola, who started the games, the previous 2 for Finland, against Greece and England, but not included in the starting 11 tonight, but he's on for the remainder of this contest. We've played 24 minutes almost now, the second half, and the Finns under pressure here from Evan Ferguson. Radetsky plays it out from the back. Volta got something on it. Peltola goes to ground while they were trying to play it out from deep inside their own half through Radetsky, and Peltola initially involved, and he eventually made the mistake, and that's coughed up the throw into Ireland on the far side. Robbie Brady prepares to take. Jason Knight nearby. Smodics works it back to Robbie Brady, and the Preston player delivers the cross deep towards the back post. Ogbene gets something on it. It almost fell invitingly for Ferguson, but swept away to safety by a very vigilant Finnish defence, and in the end Ireland tidy up at the other end.
Yeah, good cross again, Robbie, back post area. It's exactly where your opposite winger should be. Ogbene couldn't score from there, he knew it. Just a little cushion header back across the 6-yard box, unfortunately just behind Evan Ferguson.
Brady halfway inside the Finnish half, but closed down by Stahl, and the ball squirts out of play on the far side, and it looks like there's going to be a double change made, and Troy Parrott is going to come on for the Republic of Ireland, and so too Jamie McGrath. So Jamie McGrath and Troy Parrott being introduced, and Finn Azaz heads off. So Jamie McGrath is on for his first appearance of this Nations League campaign, and Troy Parrott replaces Evan Ferguson.
Yeah, Jamie McGrath will go over to the left. Sammy Smolix, he'll be delighted. Looks as if he's going to go central, that kind of number 10 position. Him and Troy Parrott as a pair in high up the pitch. As the lads discussed at half time, Troy Parrott's earned this. Good opportunity for him second half. Finn Azaz, I think he's done okay this evening. Just going to be a little bit better in terms of ball retention, decision making in the final third of the pitch. Adrian. But excited about these substitutions. Jamie McGrath's done great for Aberdeen, obviously so far this season, and Troy Parrott as well. He's a real option for Ireland in this central striking position. One of these two now central striking positions. Well, it looks as if the Irish manager is committed to going forward.
Here's Chidozie Ogbene, who has possession for Ireland. Played back to Jason Knight, and now it's Josh Cullen, who rolls a short pass into the feet of Nathan Collins, and Collins, the Irish skipper tonight, takes a touch on the edge of the centre circle, plays it out to Ireland's right hand side for Darragh O'Shea, who sends it down the line for Troy Parrott, who's been in such great form in the Eredivisie with his club AZ Alkmaar. 5 goals this season in 8 appearances. He's a man certainly on song, albeit 4 of them, and there were 4 fine goals, you'd have to say. 4 of them came against Heerenveen, but he's very much in confident mode at the moment, Troy Parrott. So can he bring his club form to international football? We shall see, as Chidozie Ogbene tries to give Galvez the slip. It goes behind for a goal kick, and Chidozie Ogbene appealing to the referee's assistant that he's been checked there.
Yeah, I agree with him. That was a corner kick. Actually, the last touch actually came off Galvez, who's really struggled against the pace of Ogbene during the course of the game.
Well, the Finnish fans not too happy with the challenge that went in there. But Ireland getting on with it. Volta trying to clear his line, sends it downfield. Robin Ludd was the player who went down under the challenge, but nothing doing for Finland. Ireland have possession well inside their own half. 1-1 in Helsinki. Finland 1, Ireland 1. A goal in either half. Poyan Palo with the opening goal after 17 minutes. The equaliser scored by Liam Scales in the 57th minute as Nathan Collins fires it forward towards Smodics. And now Darragh O'Shea picks it up about 20 metres inside the Finnish half. Ireland's right hand side. The ball goes out of play, and Ireland get themselves a throw in. And it's sent down the line by Darragh O'Shea towards Chidozie Ogbene. Just looked like there was a slight jersey tug there by Galvez. Ball ran away from Smodics. Finland had possession back on Poyan Palo. Again centrally involved. Glenn Kamara trying to flick it on to Robin Ludd, and Ludd on halfway out to Poyan Palo, the central striker, but he's in a wide left position at the moment, halfway inside the Irish half. And now Antman trying to deliver the cross, well, at least to gain a corner, and that's what he's managed to do. Clever from Antman off Nathan Collins.
Yeah, it's as if they needed that. Finland get penned in their own half, haven't been able to get out. Really good run there from Antman. Looks as if Nathan Collins had dealt with the run he had done. Just gets the final touch, knocks it against Nathan Collins and wins his team a corner kick. They need this break. They're not rushing to take this corner kick. Adrian Alley taking the opportunity to get a few deep breaths into their lungs, particularly the Finnish defenders who have been really worked this second half by those Irish attackers.
Well, it's one of their main playmakers to take this corner kick. Leo Volta stall amongst those inside the area, awaiting the delivery. Oh, it's a really wicked ball in, and Caoimhín Keller got something on it to flap it clear. But Finland have possession. Glenn Kamara casually rolls it back to Lukas Radecki, who clears, but that's untidy from the normally very reliable Lukas Radecki. Troy Parrott was there to pick it up for Ireland, but he has made a bit of a hames of it, and Finland have possession back. Peltola sends it back now to Hoskonen, and Hoskonen to Stahl. Hoskonen has possession. Smodics nearby, about to apply the pressure on the Finnish defender. Played up towards halfway, and now Glenn Kamara gets on it for Finland. But they're playing at a pretty slow tempo at the moment, the Finnish side.
Yeah, Troy Parrott just hasn't got up to the speed that he came at the moment. First touch took too many touches, got the ball taken off him, and then just couldn't complete that pass. Just got to make sure his next touch is a good one. Keep it simple, make it stick, make a simple pass. Just going to build that confidence as quick as you can.
Even off. Back to Hoskinen. It remains 1-0 in favour of Greece at Wembley. That would certainly put the cat amongst the pigeons in terms of the group. And it would certainly be a result that Lee Carsley could do without if it stays like that. Greece would certainly have a real pep in their step, taking on the Republic of Ireland on Sunday, but that's for another day. Volta has possession here and now for Finland, inside his own half. Back with Hoskinen, and Hoskinen square to Volta. Not too much movement further forward. Peltola through the middle, takes a touch and then sends it back to Hoskinen. Ireland trying to apply the pressure. Smodics ambling across now to try and engage Hoskinen, and Stahl will fire it forward in the direction of Robin Ludd, cut out by Robbie Brady, and that defensive clearance from Robbie Brady sees the ball go out of play on the far side for a throw in to Finland, which will be taken by Volta. And he throws it short to Stahl, and Stahl puts the head down now and feeds it wide for Volta, and his attempted cross is blocked away, and Finland get the throw in on the far side. Less than 15 minutes remaining at the Olympic Stadium in Helsinki, and it's Finland 1, Ireland 1. Volta has possession, turns away from Troy Parrott and sends it back to Hoskinen. Hoskinen has even off to his left hand side, but instead it's Volta, and Volta floats the ball up towards the edge of the area. Caoimhin Keller come a long way, and it's still there. Poyan Palo almost onto it. Oh, Ireland very, very sloppy there defensively. Caoimhin Keller had committed himself to come, and well, it almost yielded the second goal for Finland. Peltola forward, now Glenn Kamara on the edge of the area. Ludd, and now Galvez with the shot right across the face of goal. And the decisive touch didn't quite come from Stahl, as the shot was fizzed in by Galvez, and Stahl arriving at the back post couldn't get anything on it, and it goes behind, luckily for Ireland.
Yeah, that's the type of combination play we were used to seeing first half from Finland. Popped the ball really well, 1-2 touch around the penalty box. Galvez, I'm sure if he was looking to score, they just dragged it across the 6-yard box. But you're right, Adrian, Stahl's driving in at the back post, nearly got himself a tap in.
Darragh O'Shea. So 16,000, the attendance just over 16,000 in Helsinki. It's in around about what they were expecting, and about 12 or 1300 Irish.
Yeah, most of them in that McDonald's before kick-off, Adrian, in front of me in the queue.
Oh,
took me ages.
Sorry to hear that. Volta knocks the ball for 2 more changes on the way for the Finns. Looks like Teemu Pukki is about to come on for Finland, and Kalman, so they're going for it. The Finns are bringing on 2 attacking players. Teemu Pukki being introduced by the manager, and also Benjamin Kalman, who, like Hoskinen, also plays for Cracovia. Poyan Palo is heading off, so a double change made by the Finns. So Teemu Pukki and Kalman on. Volta is the other player gone off for the Finns.
Yeah, Poyan Palo, no surprise, took his goal really well, really impressed in the first half, Adrian, but kind of physically tired in the second, so no surprise there. Teemu Pukki doesn't have to introduce himself, highly experienced player. He's going to be needed. Don't think the Finns will be happy to draw here this evening, Adrian, will they? They sense this was an opportunity to get 3 points on the board. Still time for them, certainly pushing for it.
Many people remember, of course, Teemu Pukki from his days at Norwich, and of course a league winner with Celtic back in 2014. He's on the ball now as he crosses into the area, swept away to safety. Chidozie Agbeni picks up the pieces for Ireland, checks away from Galvez. Ireland have coughed it up here, and Teemu Pukki anxious to get involved. Pukki trying to get on the return ball, manages to do so, trying to swing it across, and it's gathered by Caoimhin Keller. That driven cross from the left hand side inside the area from Teemu Pukki, who has that remarkable record in terms of international appearances. This is his 124th appearance for Finland, and he's a fair old goal getter, it has to be said. 42 international goals.
It's a good return, Adrian, considering the size of the team. Obviously one of the minnows in terms of international football. That's a really impressive return, 1-3 almost.
Ireland with the throw in on the far side taken by Robbie Brady, and now it's Nathan Collins back to Caoimhin Kelleher, and Kelleher just on the edge of his penalty area, hoists the ball downfield, met though by the head of Stall. He picks out Glenn Kamara on halfway, and Kamara gets the free kick. He's just been nudged from behind, and a double change now for Ireland. Well, Timo Pukki's former teammate at Norwich, Adam Ida, now of Celtic, is about to come on, and also Festi Ebosele will be on for the remainder of this contest. Sammy Smodics is one of the Irish players departing the fray. So Smodics goes off, and Adam Ida is his direct replacement, and Festi Ebosele is being introduced as well for the Republic of Ireland.
Yeah, some lot of chatter. Ebosele is going to get a start, and this game didn't happen, but pleased to see he's going to get some minutes at least. A lot of talk potentially whether he could provide an answer down this right hand side, either in an orthodox right back position or as he's been asked this evening, looks as if right side of a midfield four, show that kind of explosive pace which he has. See can he be productive in the opposition half of the pitch.
Yep. Well, he's on for Chiedozie Ogbene in that right hand side position, and it's Finland who have possession with Ivanov. Hoskonen for Glenn Kamara, about 50 metres inside his own half, slides it forward. Now Peltola, and Peltola will send it back to Hoskonen, and now Glenn Kamara. Kalman making a run further forward. Glenn Kamara just drives inside the Irish half, off to Stall on the right hand side. Now Antman linking up with the right back once again, and Stall trying to work something here for Finland. Kamara out to the right hand side as they try to probe for a second goal in the match. The ball knocked into the area, but Ireland defended well, and now Ebosele trying to carry it clear, but Galvez gets there first. He's won that first duel with the new man in, Festi Ebosele, who's come on in place of Chiedozie Ogbene, who's certainly been a real handful tonight for Galvez in terms of Galvez's development and his learnings. Ball played into the area towards Timo Pukki. Irish player goes down on the edge of the area, and that'll be a relieving free kick. And Timo Pukki knew precisely what he was doing there, and no big call to be made there by the referee. It was an easy decision to make.
Yeah, it was a good play again from Josh Cullen. Nathan Collins was caught surprised a little bit by the run of Kalman in behind him, checked back, popped it back to the edge of the box, looked at a dangerous situation. Josh Cullen had recognised the danger, got back inside, got himself goal side and won the free kick. Really good read in the game there from the Irish centre midfielder.
So we're inside the last 10. In fact, just over 8 minutes remaining in Helsinki. Can either side win this? As the ball is played forward by Queeving Keller, met by the head of Ivanov. Timo Pukki back defending, hoisted away by Galvez up towards halfway, looking for Kalman. Peltola will send it forward. Kalman off in pursuit. And Queeving Keller, away outside his penalty area, executes the clearance downfield, but straight to Stall. I just feel that Finland have picked it up once again. And it's with Kamara. Plays it square now to Ivanov. Ivanov lays it off to Hoskonen. Just on halfway. Forward by Kamara to Stall, with Antman down the line. Well defended by the Republic of Ireland. And defensively, looking pretty solid at the moment. With such an awful goal to concede. Nathan Collins, normally so disciplined and resolute defensively, well, just a lapse in concentration as he tried to apply the back pass, but he just miscued it and it ran short. Joel Payanpalo was there to make the most of the opportunity, and he gave Queeving Keller absolutely no chance. Finland on the front foot once again. Galvez in the central position, halfway inside the Irish half. They work it out to this left hand side now to Ivanov. Timo Pukki on the left hand side, faced by Darrow Shea, and Galvez trying to spin away from Nathan Collins. Hoskonen sends it on now to Glenn Kamara, right hand side just inside the Irish half, and now Stall with Antman in support. Kalman making a run on the edge of the area, but Stall just stalled on the ball and has lost out. Ireland have possession back halfway inside their own half. Played forward towards Josh Cullen. Timo Pukki with a pretty robust challenge. The referee is happy there was nothing illegal about it. Finland have possession, cleared away to safety. Now can Ireland hit them on the break? Played forward towards Adam Ida, but cut out by Ivanov. And Ida, well, he was off gambling trying to make that run, but cut out by Ivanov in the nick of time for Finland.
Yeah, it was right intention from Josh Cullen. One back possession. Adam Ida again, that's the trigger to get off the shoulder of the last defender. Just couldn't execute the pass. Josh Cullen wasn't an easy one, but yeah, an opportunity there, putting the ball into space, gives Adam Ida a chance 1v1.
Here's Robin Ludd trying to work something on the edge of the area. He was trying to link up with Benjamin Kalman, but Ireland have possession back now with Josh Cullen halfway inside the Irish half, and now Jason Knight storming forward, plays it on now for Festi Obasele. And Ebosele from Enniscorthy in County Wexford to deliver the cross in the direction of Troy Parrott, but much too close to Lucas Radetsky, who gathers just outside his 6-yard box.
He has the right idea. Great surge out of defence from Jason Knight. Led the ball to Ebosele. Had a look up. He saw Troy Parrott in a lot of space at the back post. Wasn't an easy cross though. Had to travel 40 yards. With real quality on it. Couldn't quite execute it again. Still pushing though, Adrian. It's good to see. We're not sitting back looking to take this draw. Looking to push forward and find this winning goal, both teams.
Yeah, so to Finland as they drive forward here. Kalman happy to gather the throw-in. As the ball goes out of play, in fact, Kalman will leave the throw-in to be taken by Galvez, and Galvez has even off just to his right-hand side, halfway inside the Irish half, this throw-in to be taken by Galvez. Not too much movement further forward for Galvez, as options are rather limited. Robin Lodd spins away from Festi Ebosele. Galvez gets the return pass. Now it's with Ivanov, and Ivanov slipping it forward. Another theatrical, well, I was going to say dive to the ground, but Jason Knight has been penalised for the challenge on Robin Lodd, and it's a free kick to Finland in what they will feel is a pretty encouraging position.
Yeah, he's just got to stay on his feet there, Jason Knight. Be more disciplined, just be patient. He's quick enough on his feet, he can match the runs. Just couldn't resist the temptation, just chopped at the back. The opposition player's legs, gives away the free kick. Dangerous area.
So this free kick to be taken, it's about 25 metres out. It is well and truly to the right of the Irish goal as they defend it. Finland's left hand side. Robin Lodd is amongst those there. So an opportunity for Finland with less than 4 minutes remaining in Helsinki. Finland 1, Ireland 1. Teemu Pukki lurking inside the area. It will be Robin Lodd. Antman was there over the dead ball, but Antman has left the scene. So Robin Lodd to swing it towards the back post, and a downward header, and it just wide of the post, right across the face of the Irish goal, and narrowly wide. Well, that was a real let-off. Kalman inside the area. It was a brilliant delivery towards the back stick, and the Finnish striker rising, and that header not too far away from Kalman.
Yeah, he's on the move, Adrian, isn't he? That's the thing. Irish players are studying. Jamie McGrath's the closest defender, but they're stood still. He's on the move. Gets that kind of forward momentum. Looked at one stage as if it's just going to nestle inside that far post. Big relief there from an Irish perspective.
So still 1-1, just a few minutes remaining, and it's still England 0, Greece 1 at Wembley Stadium. So as things stand, Greece will be top of the group with 9 points. England on 6, Ireland on 1, Finland on 1. That's how it stands at the moment. Ireland perhaps looking for the winning goal here. Festi Ebosele, does really well to dart between two Finnish players, delivers the ball towards the back post. Opportunity here, and it's driven high into the roof of the net by Robbie Brady, and the Irish fans are celebrating Robbie Brady with a terrific finish. And with just a few minutes remaining, Ireland in front in Helsinki. Brady slams the ball high into the roof of the net. Superb from Ebosele. Finland 1, Ireland 2. The Irish fans celebrating, the Irish players celebrating. I'm sure Heimer Hallgrimsson is celebrating. What a moment. It's Robbie Brady.
Having flashbacks here, Adrian. Robbie Brady running over to celebrate with the Irish fans. We can all remember those scenes v Italy some years ago. That's a brilliant Irish goal. Ebosele, we spoke about how productive can he be in the last third of the pitch. He's just given us our answer there, Adrian. Surrounded by Finnish players, drove on the inside onto his left side, had a confidence just to clip it to that back post area. And talk about confidence, Robbie Brady, to take a touch there inside the 6-yard box, to trust his first touch, and then to drive it high into the roof of the net. It's a brilliant finish from Brady. What a turnaround in this game. But we've earned it, Adrian. That's the point. We've earned it in terms of how we've played, our attitude, our quality. It's been, like I said, it's been night and day, this Irish performance. This is the level we need to be at more often during games. And if we are, very quickly, we're going to become a threat. We're going to become more competitive in games. That's what we want.
And it's just great to see the Irish supporters away to our right-hand side. They are savouring this moment. Ireland leading by 2-1. Well, they've been starved at joyous moments, but that was one to savour. Robbie Brady with his 10th international goal. And the architect, Festi Ebosele, a lovely drive between the two Finnish players, floated the ball towards the back post. One touch from Robbie Brady from the angle of the 6-yard box and left-footed high into the roof of the net. 2-1 to the Republic of Ireland. Now it's about seeing it out here, trying to retain possession. Well, Finland will try and strike back, and Parrott to have a go from goal. Optimistic from that kind of range, but if you don't take it on, well, you don't get the prize. And such is his confidence, he was willing to have a go. Troy Parrott, the ball breaking to him about 35 metres out from goal, with Fredetsky a long way from home. He decided to have a pop at goal, but didn't quite get it right this time.
No, why not? It was on. You're absolutely right, Adrian. Needed to be pitch perfect, don't get me wrong. Needed to be a kind of dipping volley to get it over the goalkeeper. Didn't quite execute it, but good to see him take it on. Had the confidence, but this already seems playing with confidence at the moment. It's great to see. Haven't seen too much of it of late, but just since found a little spark second half, there's no doubt about it.
Jude Bellingham has rescued England. Perhaps they now are drawing with Greece at Wembley. It's 1 apiece in the last few minutes there. We're into stoppage time, 3 additional minutes to be added on in Helsinki. Well, it's all about game management, as they say. Robbie Brady, is it going to be the winning goal for the Republic of Ireland?
It's got to be, Adrian. Has to be. Can't give this up now. We've worked too hard for it. Second half, you're absolutely right. Game management, that's what it's all about.
Josh Cullen heads it on towards Adam Ida. And Ida linking up with Josh Cullen. And now it's Ebosele, who looks a real handful. He's away motoring once again. Festi Ebosele down Ireland's right hand side. The pull back for Parrott on the edge of the area. Creates the space, gets a shot away. Good save. Ida with the follow up. And it's saved by Hradetsky. Ida didn't quite get enough on it. But what a moment again, conjured up by Festi Ebosele.
Oh, it's brilliant football all the way around. You're right, Adrian. Ebosele again getting on the outside, leaving Galvez for dead. But even then, his head's up, little cut back to the edge of the box. Wonderful first touch from Troy Parrott, opening his body up. Thought he was going to take the shot on with a second, didn't. Had another one, Adrian steadied himself before eventually getting the shot off, safe from the goalkeeper.
Well, here comes Finland looking for the equalising goal. Away to our left hand side, the ball's played forward now towards Troy Parrott. He'll try and hold it up. 90 seconds of the 3 additional minutes have elapsed in Helsinki. Ireland leading Finland by 2-1. Is it going to be a come from behind win for the Republic of Ireland? Trailing at the break to Joel Poyampalo strike in the 17th minute. Goals from Liam Scales, a first ever international goal, and a 10th international goal from Robbie Brady has Ireland in front in the last few seconds here. But Finland have possession. They haven't quite thrown in the towel just yet, the home side. Ball played to Galvez on this near side. Well, the Irish fans continuing to create quite a racket. Peltola sends it wide for Stahl, Finland's right hand side. A high hanging ball into the area looking for Kalman, and the knockdown, well, it doesn't quite work out for Finland. Eventually it's cleared away by the Republic of Ireland, and it looks like Nathan Collins is down inside the area. Certainly there's an Irish player down requiring treatment at this late stage.
Yeah, it was a great defensive header from Liam Scales again. Didn't switch off. Great concentration level. Anticipated where the ball was going to be headed into. Made the defensive clearance. He's had a fine second half. Liam Scales, obviously, he's got the goal, but his defending's been spot on. Second half, winning challenges, anticipating danger. He can be really proud of his performance, particularly second half. But so can all of this Irish team. They've really come together collectively in the second half, Adrian. It's been really great to see. Refreshing, in and out possession.
Yeah, Darragh O'Shea was the wounded party there, just seconds away. The 3 minutes have been and gone. It's at the discretion of the referee, but Finland on the attack here, looking for an equalising goal. Teemu Pukki trying to drive it goalwards, and the ricochet is gathered by Queeving Kelleher. We're nearly there, Kenny. Nearly there.
We're nearly there. Get ready to celebrate, Adrian. I know those Irish supporters are right hand side. They're celebrating already. We can see them now, jumping up and down. Absolutely loving it. Why not?
Well, there have been bleak days over the last few years, and not too much to sing about, but we've got something to cry and sing about and celebrate tonight, because the Republic of Ireland have won its full time in Helsinki. A come from behind win thanks to goals from Liam Scales and Robbie Brady, and broad smiles on the Irish bench. Heimer Hallgrimsson is a very happy man. A lot of Irish fans very, very happy tonight. They have beaten Ireland, have beaten Finland by 2-1.
I love that, Adrian. saw a template there this evening going forward for this Irish team. There's no doubt about it. That second half performance really tenacious in terms of their tackling, their physical levels. Second half really got after this Finnish team, disrupted their rhythm, and then we got on the ball, Adrian, we got the ball back to front quicker. We got around each other, we were working little combinations, and when we got the ball into wide areas, what do? We put the ball into the box. We committed players into the box, and we got our just rewards. Delighted to see it, delighted for this group of players, and delighted for the management team. Big step forward this evening.
Big step forward, big win for Ireland. A great win for Ireland in Helsinki. They had beaten Finland by 2-1. The full-time score at the Olympic Stadium. It's worth hearing once again. Finland 1, Republic of Ireland 2.
Adrian Eames, Kenny Cunningham, thank you both very much. Enjoy the celebrations in Helsinki.